got a question?
I decided to come down today. I just relocated to Orlando. Most I got put on my spirit, how much
All praise to
reach out
God.
to sisters. I don't know if I'm here, so he's been leading me, guiding me. So I want to grow with his word, and I need to be a part of the sisters. Fellowship, my sisters.
Right. All praise to God.
And I know I'm an Israelite. I do know that God woke me up 2 years ago. I'm learning why. I'm so grateful to him for waking me up. He didn't have to.
Right.
And he's carried me all my life. And he's showing me the steps of my life that some special in store.
Right.
So I'm very happy that he's allowed to touch my spirit to come and to fellowship with you guys. I know the weather, and I was like, no, I'm going to go and fellowship and to hear the word of the Most High God and be among my people. Because I want you guys to know that the Most High God, you all know he loves you. And it's a beautiful thing to see strong black women speak up for the Most High God. There's so much love in my heart. I have a son in his 20s, and right now I know he's lost, but God is going to bring him back. So when I see you guys out here speaking up the word of the Most High God, it's a beautiful thing. And I know the Most High God, Yahushua, is coming back soon. He's showing all of us. We don't know when, but he's showing it to us. And we just have to be ready and prepared, ready, and spread his word to his people. We don't know who's to be wakened. But you guys, I encourage you guys to keep fighting for the Most High God. He doesn't need us to fight for him, but we're showing him how much we love him. We give him everything.
Right.
So I just wanted to say an encouraging word to you guys.
Right. All praise to God. Praise for the word. Man, that's beautiful, man. That's Bible prophecy. Right? Right before our eyes, man. All right, give me the book of Ezekiel 12 and 2. You can start at verse 1, actually. Give me Jeremiah 6 and 10. Right? All praise to the Most High, man.
It's the book.
Man, that's a beautiful thing, man. That's why we come into the highways and the byways, man. And it's rare to see our elder sisters walk out of that nasty ass church and shut the damn door, man. Boldly, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, and even to the point to even come out here and want to be amongst the brothers, man. A lot of people in the truth, but they're not coming out here. They kind of like they don't even watch the damn videos. They got to put damn headphones on. I might say something. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling what we might say, man. Might say something too loud, man. You know what I'm saying? So, bring this out. Hey, it was a young guy, he emailed us, man. 14-year-old little kid, right? He been watching videos. He said he had to go in his room and wait till his mom to go to sleep to watch the video. He said his daddy caught him watching a video one day, and he was in the living room, he was listening to what he was listening to. He can't report what you listening to. You know what I'm saying? Came and grounded him, told him, you cannot watch them no more, that's a hate group. Say he can't watch people like no more. Took his TV. He used to watch it on the YouTube on the smart TV. So now he got to sleep with his phone, go on his calls and watch videos. Bro, that's madness, man. That's madness. But he can't take it from him because what he heard come out of his Bible, he can't take it from him.
Right.
He didn't say, all right, he get rid of it. He say, he's sneaking and going to do it, even though you're supposed to obey your father. But not when it comes to, right? So this is a 14-year-old kid, so all this is more time.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 12 and verse 1. Bring it out. The word of the Lord also came unto me, saying, Son of man, thou dwellest in the midst of a rebellious house.
What the Lord say?
In the midst of a rebellious house.
Right? So the Lord said it to the prophet. Ezekiel, you in the midst of a rebellious house, right? We're in the midst of a rebellious house. We already know when we come out on the highways and the byways, we already know what we're dealing with when we try to bring our people into this truth. Right? That's what he's telling Ezekiel, the same thing. Go ahead.
Which have eyes to see.
Which what?
Which have eyes to see.
Go ahead.
And see not.
And what?
And see not.
Yeah, you can open your eyes, right? You can see, right? You can see the water. You know what I'm saying? You can see the sun. You can see the clouds. You can see, but you really can't see. Right? Have eyes and still can't see. How you doing, brother? What's your name, King?
Angel.
Angel, my brother Jonathan, man. How you feeling, man? You believe in the Bible? You believe in the scripture?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I'll pray to the Most High. Were you Christian?
Christian,
Christian?
yeah.
Okay, I'll pray to the Most High. So, you ever heard of the Israelites before?
No, of course not.
Right. So, what we do is we come out here and we teach the truth of the Bible. Okay. All right? We kind of pick up where Christianity leaves off at. All right? All the holes in Christianity, we come out here to fill those holes in. You see what I'm saying? So, our number one thing that we have to do is teach the gospel. All right? We teach the gospel of the Messiah. We teach repentance. Right? We also teach history and who our people are. Right? For example, what would you say that nationality or ethnicity? Ghanaian?
I'm from Puerto Rico.
From Puerto Rico? Okay. So on your father's side or mother's side?
Both.
Both? Okay. So now, when you read the Bible, where are the Puerto Ricans at?
The Caribbean.
In the Bible?
Oh, in the Bible.
Yeah, right. Give me Ecclesiastes 4:16. So, there's no Puerto Ricans in the Bible. You know what Puerto Rican means? It means a rich poor, or port of riches, right? And before they came in contact with the Spaniards, right, and the colonizers, did your foreparents call themselves Puerto Ricans?
Indian.
Did they call themselves Puerto Ricans? No. And what is, you know what Indian means? Indian means savage, right? Are they savages? No, you're not a savage. Your father's not a savage. Your grandfather's not a savage. You're not savage, right? So who are we? And we're going to show you that it has everything to do with the Bible, and this is something that Christianity completely ignores and leaves out, right? Because what is your understanding of Christianity? What is the point? Christianity.
It's a good question.
In your belief system that you believe, right? What is the point? If you had to summarize your so-called religion and what you believe in your faith, how would you break it down?
Being good.
Being good.
Help others.
Huh?
Help others.
Help others.
And then
What else? And what do you have to do to obtain salvation?
what do I have to do?
Yeah.
Be good.
Be good. Right? So see, that's Christianity. Be good. Love everybody. Treat others good. Just be good. And everything will be all right, right? That sounds easy.
Yeah.
That sounds so simple.
Too easy.
Too easy, right? He said too easy. That's too easy, right?
Right.
So look, we're going to actually read the Bible, something that doesn't happen in church, okay? So now, read that. We're going to call for it.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 4, and verse 16.
Bring it out.
There is no end of all the people.
What the Lord say?
There is no end of all the people.
Now, when you read the Bible, you read about nations of people, right? The Lord created 18 nations of people. There's 18 nations of people on this earth, right? They're all mentioned in the Bible. You got Moabites, Ammonites, Ishmaelites, Israelites, Edomites, right? Which people are we? Which people are the Puerto Ricans? Does it matter who you are? Yeah, but when you read the Bible, does it matter? It don't matter who you are, right? It can be anybody, right? Well, listen, read Matthew 15:24. I'm going to show you that's not true. It does matter who you are, right? That's what they want us to believe. It doesn't matter, right? So let's read the Bible and see why it's important to know who you are. Everybody on the earth can know who they are. They have their own heritage. They have their own lands they can go to, except for so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, and Indians. We're the only people that are told that it don't matter. We call ourselves colors and crown marks, black, right? We call ourselves names after the so-called white man, American, right? African, right? Those are names that are white men's names, all right? That's not who we are. Everybody goes back to a nation in the Bible. So God gave you a name. You see what I'm saying? So now, I'm going to show you why it matters. Read that.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 15 and verse 24.
Bring it out.
But he answered and said, I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Now this is the words of Christ. This is a red letter. Why is he saying, I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel?
Let me do something real quick and I'll be right back. I need to put some money on the car and the machine. I'll be right back. Just a minute.
All right, go ahead, bro. No. Let me go back to Ezekiel 10. All right. Yeah, hold everything I saw. Keep it right there. Then I'm gonna go to 4. Yeah, we're gonna read from the top.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 12, and verse 1.
Now, if that brother don't come back, that's gonna be the greatest swerve in history.
Ask for the old path.
And do what?
And ask for the old path.
What the Lord say?
And ask for the old path.
And the Lord say you have to ask for the old path, man. What's the old path, man? The law, statutes, and commandments. That's the old path. All right? That's the first thing the Lord told us, man. The Lord said, keep my commandments, man. All right, what I got you holding? Yeah, hold on. Yeah. Finish that last verse.
Where is the good way? And walk in it.
And what?
And walk therein.
And walk therein, man. All right, give me Isaiah 30 and 20. Bring this up.
This is the book of Colossians, chapter 1 and verse 20.
Bring it up.
And having made peace through the blood of his cross, by him to reconcile all things.
By him to what?
Unto himself.
Go ahead.
By him I say, whether they be things in earth or things in heaven. And ye that were sometime alienated and enemies in your mind.
So we just read about this. You read about Israelites sinning against the Most High and the Lord cutting you down. The Lord taking everything from you, giving you to another people. Right? Go ahead. Our people are literally, give me Ezekiel 14 and 5 real quick. Give me Ezekiel 14 and 5. Right? Everything you read in the New Testament, all right, is going to go back to the Old Testament because Paul wasn't walking around with the book of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.
Right.
Right? He didn't. Paul wasn't walking around with all his letters in his back pocket.
That's right.
Going over what he said. Right? What did he have? He had the law and he had the prophets.
Right.
So he's writing to these churches, encouraging them based on his understanding. Based on his understanding, him being a master of the law, based on the knowledge of the mysteries and the secrets that was revealed to him by Hashem Yahushai. Right? Because Paul wasn't always in the truth. Paul didn't always believe in Yahushai. Right? Go ahead.
This is Ezekiel chapter 14 and 5.
Bring it out.
That they may take the house of Israel in their own heart.
That they may take the house of Israel. Read.
Because they are all estranged from me through their idols.
We was estranged. We were alienated from the Most High through what? Idolatry, sin. That's what separated us from the Most High God. Our sins. That's what separates our people in these last days. Your sins. You refusing to accept this truth just because you don't want to keep the commandments. Right? Just because a man told you all you got to do is believe on somebody and you don't got to do nothing else. You can read it again.
This is the book of 1 Colossians, chapter 1 and verse 21.
Not first Colossians.
And you that were sometime alienated and enemies in your mind by wicked works.
By what?
By wicked works.
By nationality.
By wicked works.
By wicked works. Paul is very clear what he's talking about. He's not talking about ethnicity. He already knows. That's why he's speaking in this language like this. That's why he's saying alienated through idolatry, in your mind, through your wicked works, your sin. Go ahead.
Yet now hath he reconciled.
Now what?
Yet now hath he reconciled.
What is reconciliation? Right, in order to be reconciled back to something, you had to be a part of it to begin with. Right? That's what we wanted to explain to the brother before he got up out of here, right? It matters who you are. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 22. In the body of his flesh.
Hey, our brothers, come on, let us.
2 minutes, bro. 2 minutes, real quick. Real quick.
Go ahead.
In the body of his flesh through death.
Pink shirt is a follower.
For real, right? Yeah.
He damn stutter step. He hit us with that hesitation. He wanted to come, and he looked at the motherboard. Yeah, he's still looking back. And he want to come. Go ahead.
In the body of his flesh through death, to present you holy and unblameable and unprovable in his sight.
This is why the Lord came on the scene, man. Go ahead for the Israelites. Read.
If ye continue in the faith grounded and settled, and be not moved away from the hope.
And what?
And be not moved away from the hope.
And be not moved away from the hope. Go ahead.
Of the gospel.
Of what?
Of the gospel.
And we have hope in the gospel, right? And you can't be moved away from the hope of the gospel, man. Go ahead.
Which ye have heard, and which was preached to every creature which is under heaven, whereof I, Paul, am made a minister. Verse 24, who now rejoice in my sufferings for you, and fill up that which is behind.
Hey, and Paul said he rejoiced in his sufferings, man. Because there's affliction and suffering that comes with being made a minister for Mashiach Yahushua. Right? Alright? So Paul embraced that thing. That's why he's encouraging these churches, man. Because everybody is not on that level, man. Some brothers need that exhortation to continue in the faith, man. Something, you know, that may be easy for me to brush off my shoulder may cause Brother Darrell to kind of doubt, man. Try to reconsider. Damn, do I really want to deal with all this? Right? Go ahead. That's why Paul said, don't be moved, man. Go ahead.
Which is behind of the afflictions of a Mashiach in my flesh, for his body's sake.
For what?
For his body's sake.
Right.
Which is the church.
Which is what?
Which is the church.
What is his body?
Which is the church.
Which is the church. Who's the church? The Israelites.
That's right.
So we suffer this. Hey, that's a beautiful thing. We do this for our people, for Israel.
Right.
Right? We don't do it for ourselves. We do it for our nation, right? Go ahead.
Whereof I am made a minister according to the dispensation of Yahweh, which is given to me for you to fulfill the word of Yahweh.
To do what?
To fulfill the word of Yahweh.
To fulfill we gotta do this, man. Right. We gotta have camp. We gotta come set up camp. We gotta come out here and deal with scoffers. We gotta come and deal with our people, man. We have to come out here to fulfill prophecy, to fulfill the word, right? Go ahead.
Verse 26. Even the mystery.
Even what?
Even the mystery.
Even the mystery. Read.
Which hath been hid from ages.
Which what?
Which hath been hid from ages.
And we talk about that all the time, man. What is the mystery that's been hid from ages, man? That's what the Israelites come out on the streets and teach you. That's why the whole world is flabbergasted and surprised at what we're saying. That's not of God. Right? These mysteries and these secrets have been held from ages, man. Right? Although it's been in the Bible hidden in plain sight the whole time.
Right.
All we doing is reading scriptures. Right? You reveal the secrets through what? Precepts. Go ahead.
And from generations.
And what?
And from generations.
And from many generations, man. Go ahead.
But now it's made manifest to his saints.
But what?
But now it's made manifest to his saints.
No, it was made manifest to Joel Osteen.
But now it's made manifest to his saints.
What about Benny Hinn?
But now it's made manifest to his saints.
What about Billy Graham?
But now it's made manifest to his saints.
So you're not going to get the secrets and the mysteries and the true gospel and the true understanding of the Bible unless you get it from the saints. Right? What's going on, bro? Come talk to us, brother.
They're gonna have a race in a few minutes. I had to get him away.
How you doing, brother? How you come over here? We ain't gonna hurt you. We family, bro. We out here for you, brother. My name is Brother Jonathan, man. What's your name? Huh? AZ? Or Spider? Okay. All right, Spider. All right. You was over there talking to Jehovah Witnesses? What they tell you? What they were talking about over there? What was they telling you, man? Not a damn thing, right? They wasn't talking about nothing. What's your nationality? What's your ethnicity? What's your race, bro?
Levi?
Levi? You ever heard of the Israelites before? Huh? What did you hear about the Israelites? What you know about the Israelites? They do what? They promote what? The what? The what? The truth. That's right.
Right.
So why you come out to kill people, man? Huh? Why we have to run down on you, man, and kind of get you out of here, man?
Right.
Does the truth matter, brother? You care about the truth? What's the truth? You heard that we teach the truth. What's the truth? We're going to tell you. Give me John 14 and 6. Give me Psalms 119, 142. What is the truth? Right?
Get John.
John 14, 6 verse.
It's the book of John, chapter 14 and verse 6. Jehovah shall saith unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life.
The what?
I am the way, the truth, and the life.
So the truth is the Messiah.
Right.
Right? You believe in the Messiah? You believe in the Bible? You believe in Yahweh Shai, who the word English calls Jesus? Jesus. We know him as Yahweh Shai. That's his real name.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You believe in him? Okay. Read that.
This is Psalms 119 and 142.
Bring it out.
Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness.
What?
And thy law is the truth.
And what?
And thy law is the truth.
And what?
And thy law is the truth.
What's the truth? Huh? Read it again. Read it again.
And thy law is the truth.
When you come up here, you gotta listen closely. All right? Read that. This is life and death, man.
Right.
All right? So a lot of things getting ready to happen in the earth. How old are you? 25, young brother, man. Right? So, can you see what's going on in the earth? Can you see America falling, her economy is falling? You see what I'm saying? Can you see all these nations got nuclear missiles? You see all these nations turning on each other? World War III is on the horizon. You see what I'm saying? You see how people killing each other at an alarming rate, right? You see all these mass shootings, man. You see what I'm saying? So it's very important to understand this. You know what I'm saying? Above anything else. All right, so read it again, read it slowly. I want you to listen closely. Because that's how I teach, right? I teach by asking questions because this knowledge and this wisdom is a lot. So we don't want to just be up here talking and the person we're talking to don't know what the hell we're talking about. You see what I'm saying? I actually care that you understand and you get it. You feel me? Because if you don't understand and you don't get it, you're going to stay right here long until you get it. All right? Now read it again, read it slow.
Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness. And thy law is the truth.
And what?
And thy law is the truth.
According to the Bible, what is the truth? The law.
The law.
The law is the truth, right? And we're going to break this down a little more. Read it again from the top. It's a simple scripture. One sentence, right? Read it again.
Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness.
The Most High said that his righteousness is everlasting, right? Give me Psalms 119 and 172. The righteousness of the Most High is everlasting. If something is everlasting, can it ever change? No, it's always going to be there. It's everlasting. Read it again slow.
Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth.
So the truth is the commandments, the law, statutes, and commandments. That's the truth, right? Now, what is righteousness? What is God's righteousness that's everlasting? What is that? Let's find out, right? We're going to show you that the Bible is so simple, even a baby can understand, right? Because the Bible is saying the same thing from Genesis to Revelation, right? Read that.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 119 and verse 172. My tongue shall speak of thy word, for all thy commandments.
For what?
For all thy commandments. For all thy commandments.
All the laws, statutes, and commandments, read.
Are righteousness.
Are what?
Are righteousness.
So, if the righteousness of God is everlasting, and righteousness is the law, statutes, and commandments, should we ever stop keeping commandments and God's laws? When? All right, read this again.
Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness.
So we established that God's righteousness is everlasting, right? Read.
And thy law is the truth.
And the law, statutes, commandments, that's the truth. God's righteousness is everlasting, meaning it doesn't ever end, right? So what is righteousness? Read this.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 119, and verse 172.
Read out.
My tongue shall speak of thy word, for all thy commandments are righteousness.
What?
For all righteousness.
All the commandments are righteousness, right? God's righteousness is everlasting, right? If it's everlasting, will it ever end? No. So if righteousness is all of the commandments that he gave the Israelites, should we ever stop keeping his commandments? No, right? You see how simple that was? You see what I'm saying? What's the truth? Right? What should we be doing? Why did God create man? Why did God create us to be on the earth? What is our purpose? Because you may go to church, the pastor may tell you your purpose may be to organ, right? He may say your purpose might be to be a rapper. Your purpose might be to play basketball all day. Your purpose might be to get the football and run touchdowns, right? You see what I'm saying? What is our purpose according to God? Why did the Lord create us? Why are we on the earth? Why do you wake up in the morning? Why did God allow you to wake up in the morning? How are we able to blink without trying? When you blink, every time you blink, do you got to stop and think about it and practice and get ready to blink? Or do it just happen? It just happen naturally, right? How? How? Keep steady blinking. You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to make a point, right? What is our purpose? Ecclesiastes 12 and 13.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
This is the Bible. And this is the conclusion of the whole matter right here in the Bible. Right? Let's just get to the point. You see what I'm saying? And you can read Genesis, you know what I'm saying? And Numbers, and Deuteronomy, and Samuel, all right, and 1st, 2nd Kings, then you're in the prophets, right? What's the point? Read.
Fear God.
Do what?
Fear God.
Fear the Most High God. Can you fear God if you don't know God? No. You don't do what you want to do when you don't know God. All right? Because man is carnal. Man fear the police because you know he got a gun, you know he got handcuffs, and you know there's a police station with a jail cell in it. So you fear that. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And keep his commandments.
And do what?
And keep his commandments.
What should we do?
And keep his commandments.
And keep his commandments.
Right.
Read.
For this is the whole duty of man.
Now playing basketball.
For this is the whole duty of man.
Rap.
For this is the whole duty of man.
Playing football.
For this is the whole duty of man.
Selling drugs.
For this is the whole duty of man.
Being a whoremonger.
For this is the whole duty of man.
Singing in the choir.
For this is the whole duty of man.
What is our purpose? Why does God allow you to wake up in the morning? Fear the Most High. What else? Read it again. That's okay, brother. Right?
Fear God.
Fear God. You got that right. Check. Read.
And keep his commandments.
And what?
And keep his commandments.
And keep the God's commandments, right?
Right.
So what is our purpose? Fear God. And keep his commandments, right?
Right.
Now, give me the book of Psalms, chapter 119 and 120. Do you fear God? How do you know? You about to say, huh? Huh? Which commandments do you keep? Damn. See that? See that? It's okay though, brother. That's why we're here. Alright? What I call?
Psalms 119 and 120.
How do you fear God? What is the fear? Because we all say that. Right? I don't fear nobody but God. Right? Do we fear God? Do our people fear God? Let's be honest. No. Read that.
My flesh trembleth for fear of thee.
My what?
My flesh trembleth for fear of thee.
Do your flesh tremble? Huh? Go ahead.
And I am afraid of thy judgment.
And what?
And I am afraid of thy judgment.
And I am what?
And I am afraid of thy judgment.
So, to fear the Lord means you fear his judgments. Right? In order to fear God, you have to know his judgments. You see what I'm saying? You got to know the commandments. Right? You got to know the judgments for not keeping the commandments. You understand? So in order to properly and to sincerely fear God, right, you have to do what? What else? You got to keep the commandments and understand his judgments. Punishment. Right? Give me Romans 6:23. What you got? Right. Do you love God? You love God? How do you know you love God? Right? Anybody can say they love God, right? If I say I love you, right? And as soon as you turn the corner, right? I walk up to your woman, I get her number. But I said I love you. You see what I'm saying? First chance I get, I'm in your bed. Do I love you? No. I'm sleeping with your woman. So does us saying that we love God, does that mean anything to God? It does? How? I just said I love you, but I just slept with your wife. You don't know it. Do I love you? If I sleep with your wife, do I love you? Do I care about you? But I said I love you. Right? So if us saying we love God, does that matter to God? No, it don't matter. Right? So now, read this.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 5 and verse 3. For this is the love of God.
What the Lord say?
For this is the love of God.
So brothers, this is the love of God, right? We're showing you that the Bible actually matters. See, in Christianity, with the Jehovah Witnesses over there spewing out, the Bible don't matter. You see what I'm saying? Only thing matters how you feel. What sounds good, right? It don't matter. But up here, you said we teach the truth. So when it comes to the truth, the words that's written in this book matters. That's what we base our understanding off of, right? Because we believe that these are the words of the living God. All right, so this is the love of God. Go ahead.
That we keep his commandments.
That we do what?
That we keep his commandments.
Read.
And his commandments are not grievous.
And his commandments are not hard to keep. But yet none of us keep his commandments. Give me 2 and 3. Give me 2 and 3.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 2 and verse 3.
Bring it out.
And hereby we do know that we know him.
This how you know if you do you know God? You know God? You know God? No? All right. Why do you say you don't know God? Huh? You don't talk to God. Right. How do you know if you know God? For you to say that you don't know God, you're saying that because you don't talk to him? So that means if you was talking to God, then that means you would know him? All right, so read this.
Verse 3. And hereby we do know that we know him if we keep his commandments.
If we what?
If we keep his commandments.
If we do what?
If we keep his commandments.
Read.
Verse 4. He that saith I know him and keepeth not his commandments is a liar.
Is a who?
Is a liar.
Is a what?
Is a liar.
What are the Christians?
Is a liar.
Don't Christianity say we don't got to keep the law no more?
Right.
So Jesus nailed it to the cross. Right? Just believe on Jesus and you saved. Right? Does that what the Bible say? No. Do you see how simple we making it? Right? I brought 3 concepts to you, right? And the conclusion of all 3 said the same thing, right? Keep the commandments, keep the law. Right? The way you show you love God is by keeping his commandments. What is the truth? Keeping the commandments. What is your purpose? Keeping the commandments. You see what I'm saying? What about his son? You love his son? You love the Messiah? You believe he's coming to save you? I'm going somewhere with this. Right? You believe in Jesus? you believe he's coming to save us? You do? Give me John 14 and 15. So that means you love him, right? All right, read this. John 14 and 15.
It's the book of John, chapter 14 and verse 15. If ye love me.
What did he say?
If ye love me.
It's red letters. He's talking to us now. If we love him, go ahead.
Keep my commandments.
Do what?
Keep my commandments.
What should we do?
Keep my commandments.
Keep the commandments. Right? He said, if you love me, he put a stipulation. If means, if somebody put if right there, what does that mean? If you love me, keep my commandments. If you don't keep the commandments, what does it mean? Then you don't love him. See what I'm saying? You just saying it, right? Go ahead. Luke 6:46.
This is Luke chapter 6 and verse 46.
What the Lord say?
And why call ye me Lord, Lord, and do not the things which I say?
Give me Jeremiah 6.
Whosoever cometh to me and heareth my saying and doeth them, I will show you to whom he
Read
is.
46 again.
And why ye call me Lord, Lord, and do not the things which I say?
What did he tell us to do? Keep the commandments, right?
Right.
If you love me, keep my commandments, right? He said, why call me Lord, Lord, and do not the things that he say? What did he tell us to do? So he's saying, if you don't want to keep the commandments, don't call on me. See what I'm saying? Now, how do we come to America? How did our people get here? Right, okay. How did your people get there? In Haiti. How? Did they damn swim? Did they catch the plane? Did everybody hop on the water train? Did they get in the submarine? Right, they went under and they popped up on the land of Haiti. How?
They went on the ship or something.
On the what?
On the ship.
On the ship, right? How did they come on? Was they on the ship, right? Drinking down pina coladas, right? Was they on the ship eating watermelon, right? And listening to music and partying and having a good time? How did they come on the ship? What were they doing on that ship? Was it fun? Was it a fun ride? What happened, brother? Happened to our people. Got off the boat, stuff like this happened, right? Why did the Haitians have to rebel?
Slavery.
What?
Slavery.
Slavery, right? Now, why did we go into slavery? You know? Why these things happen to us? Why other people don't go through what we go through? Why when Al-Qaeda came in, okay, into that land, America just accepted all those refugees over here? Remember that? Remember that? We don't know what's going on, right? Well, America accepted all those refugees. They allowed them to come over here, right? Huh? All them damn Arabs. Right. Right. They allowed them to come over here, right? All those Ukrainians, right? They support them, right? What happened with the Haitians, right? What was they doing to the Haitians when they was coming over here? They was doing what? They did what? Wait. Why were they whipping the Haitians but accepting everybody else with open arms? Why did you have a white man on the horse whipping the Haitians, telling them to get their ass back over there when they was trying to flee? Why do these things happen to us, brother? Right? You're going to find something out. Everything we tell you is going to go back to the same thing. Right? Give me Deuteronomy 1:1.
Deuteronomy, chapter 1
See,
and
you with
verse
me? You
1.
follow me? See what you understanding? All right, brother.
These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
What nation of people is Moses speaking to? The Israelites, right? Not the Haitians, not the niggas, not the Jamaicans, not the damn West Indians, right? He's talking to the Israelites, right? So now, give me 28 and 15.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall
Now
come.
look, this is the Most High. You know the story of Moses? What is Moses known for?
He was
Moses? What Moses said, let my people go. You know that? The story? Split the sea. The children of Israel walked through the sea. The Israelites, give me Exodus 1 and 12. We're going to go back, okay? We'll show you something. The Israelites, before we explain what's going on here, we have to explain to you how we got to this point first, right? So you understand the story and what's going on. We're going to go through it fast. Something was happening to the Israelites where they needed to be saved. The Lord sent Moses to another nation, the Egyptians, right? An African nation, or so-called Hamites, right? To Pharaoh. You heard about Pharaoh, right?
Oh, yeah.
Pharaoh, right? Moses went and said, look, my God said, let my people go. Right? Now, the Egyptians was ruling over everybody. It wasn't just our people. But God was only concerned with the Israelites. He said, let my people go. Right? So now, what was happening to them? Read that.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 1 and verse 12. The more they afflicted them.
11.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 1, verse 10. 9. And he said unto his people, behold, the people of the children of Israel.
The people of the children of Israel, this is what the Egyptians are saying about the Israelites. The people of the children of Israel, read,
are more and mightier than we.
are what?
Are more and mightier than we.
Read it again.
Are more and mightier than we.
They say these people are more, it's more of them, and they're mightier than us. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 10.
So they was afraid of the children of Israel. They was fearful of them. Go ahead.
Come on. Let us deal wisely with them.
They say we got to deal wisely with these great people. Go ahead.
Lest they multiply.
Lest they what?
Lest they multiply.
Lest they multiply and grow more. Read.
And it came to pass that when there falleth out any war, they joined also unto our enemies and fight against us.
And they say, look, they might turn and fight against us. We can't fight these great people. Go ahead. So we have to deal wisely and craftily with them. We have to be like a snake and a serpent, right? We have to be deceitful when dealing with them. Read.
And so get them up out of the land.
Read.
Therefore they did set over them taskmasters.
They said what?
Taskmasters.
What is a taskmaster? You ever heard of taskmaster? Like a slave master. Right. Like an overseer. Like the police. Got the police out here today? They taskmasters over us today. Right? So they said, let us set taskmasters up over them. Go ahead.
To afflict them.
To do what?
To afflict them.
No, to help them.
To afflict them.
To afflict them. Right? They set up men over the children of Israel to bring upon them affliction. Go ahead.
With their burdens.
With what?
With their burdens.
To afflict them with their burdens. Go ahead.
And they built for Pharaoh treasure cities.
And we built treasure cities for the Egyptians and Pharaoh. Right. Just like America. We built up America. Right? Go ahead.
Pithom and Ramses.
That's it on that. Read this real quick. Now go back to
Judah, chapter 5 and verse 20. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in
5 and 11.
5 and 11. Sorry. Therefore the king of Egypt rose up against them and dealt subtilely with them. And brought them low.
It did what?
And brought them low.
Read.
With laboring and brick.
They brought us low with labor and brick. Right? Servitude. Go ahead.
And made them slaves.
And did what?
And made them slaves.
And did what?
And made them slaves.
He made the children of Israel slaves.
Right.
What were the children of Israel doing in Egypt? that they needed to be saved. We just told you. They what? They made them slaves. So they were slaves in Egypt. The Lord sent Moses. Give me Exodus 3 and 10. The book of Exodus chapter 3 and verse 10. And then we're going to pick back up with the Lord speaking to us as a nation, okay? When the Lord made a covenant with the Israelites, he gave us laws, statutes, and commandments. After he delivered us out of slavery from the Egyptians. All right, so read that.
The book of Exodus, chapter 3 and verse 10.
Bring it out.
Come now, therefore, and I will send thee unto Pharaoh, that thou mayest bring forth my people.
Who?
My people.
He sent Moses unto Pharaoh so he can bring forth his people, the children of Israel, out of slavery. Go ahead.
And bring forth my people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt.
Out of what?
Out of Egypt.
Out of Egypt. Egypt means slavery, a bondage. That thou mayest bring forth my people out of captivity. So now, the Lord did many mighty wonders. He sent plagues on the Egyptians, man. All right? He split the sea. He destroyed the Egyptians and delivered us with a mighty hand. Now he's talking to us. He made a covenant with us. And he gave us this law as a gift. Right? What if somebody gave you, what if you gave me a gift, right? You spent a lot of money on it, right? You gave me this nice painting, $10,000 painting, right? And you come over my house and you look in the trash can and you see that painting that you bought me in the trash. How would you feel about it? You'll feel disrespected. What the hell? Right? So look, remember the Lord gave us this as a gift. Listen to what he said to us. You remember why we going here? What are we talking about? I asked you, why did we go into slavery? Right? Remember that. Why do we go through the things that we go through? Why are we on the bottom? Why do we get treated the way we get treated in this society? Okay? Remember that. Okay, now, read that.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 15.
Yeah.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken.
You know what hearken means? It means to listen. So God is talking to the Israelites. Remember, that's very important. He's not talking to everybody on the earth. He's only talking to the Israelites, his chosen people. He said, if y'all don't listen to me, okay, go ahead.
Unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe.
To do what?
To observe.
To observe, right? You know what it means to observe, right? Okay, go ahead.
To do all his commandments.
To observe and do all of these commandments that I have given you as a gift. This is the covenant that he made with us. All right? So the Lord said there's certain things you can do. There's certain things you can't do. If you do the things that I told you not to do, read.
And his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses.
All these what?
All these curses.
All these who?
All these curses.
What's a curse? The Lord said if we don't listen to him, he's going to bring curses on us. Punishment. Judgment. Remember, what's the fear of the Lord? When you fear God, you fear his what? No, if you don't keep the commandments, he's going to bring judgment. And when you see the judgment of God, that's supposed to do what? Make you fear him. Right? So the Lord is going to judge and punish and bring curses upon the Israelites if they don't keep his commandments. Right? Because what's the whole duty of man? What's our purpose? To do what? Keep the commandments. That's right. If you love God, you're going to do what?
Keep his commandments.
Commandments. If you love his son, you're going to do what?
Keep his commandments.
Keep his commandments. So we went all the way back to the beginning. How did we get here? Right? Read.
Shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
I said curses are going to come upon you and overtake you as a nation of people. Read.
Verse 16.
Now he's going to tell you the punishments, and we're about to read the judgments that happened to the Israelites. All right? Remember, he's not talking to Haitians. Read.
Curse shalt thou be in the city.
What the Lord say?
Curse shalt thou be in the city.
So for breaking the commandments, since you don't want to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, you're going to be cursed in cities. Right? How do we live in the cities? Are we blessed, us as a nation of people as a whole? Okay. Are we on the top or are we on the bottom? Are we cursing the cities, brother? Or are we blessing the cities? We cursing the cities.
That's right. That's right.
Does this happen to everybody? Right? Go ahead.
And curse shall thou be in the field.
And what?
And curse shall thou be in the field.
Well, we curse in the field. We say this curse in the field. Right? Having a damn chain on your son's neck. Your daddy's back looking like this. Would you say that's curse in the field? Did everybody go through this? Only one people. Everybody went through this? The white man went through this? Huh? Chinese man went through this? East Indian man went through this? Who went through this? That's right, that's right, that's right. We was cursing too.
Verse 32, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Was our sons and daughters given to other people? What are we reading? We're reading the punishments and the curses and the judgment. Right? Like, what language you speaking right now? Are you an Englishman? Are you a white man? Why the hell are you speaking English? Read it again. I'll tell you why. Read it again.
Verse 32, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
What happens when you give it to another people? Are they going to allow you to keep speaking your language, or are you going to learn their language? Their language. Why? What people conquered the Haitians? What people conquered the Haitians? Right? White people, right? Go ahead. So we were given to who? Right. Go ahead.
And thy eyes shall look and bear with longing for them all the day long.
How you doing, brother? What's your name, King? Rashad? Nice to meet you, brother. I'm Brother Jonathan, man. All right, you know what we up here doing? Yeah, we're teaching our people, right, the truth about who they are. And we just explained it to this brother why we went into slavery. Because nobody tell us why it happened to us. They just keep making movies reminding us about it. And nobody explains to us how the hell did this happen and why it only happened to us, right? Where you from, brother? From New York? What's your nationality? Black? Right, so check this out. What color's your shirt? Right? What color's your shoes? Are you black? See that? Who told us we was black?
I think we made that.
No, we didn't make that up. We didn't make that up, brother. That's a byword that other people put on. Why would I call myself black and I'm brown? Because what?
I thought we was going off looking at the white man saying he's white and he's black.
What color's your shirt? What color's that man down there? Is he white? The white man. He's white? That's white? Look at your shirt.
I don't know.
See, nigga going to, look, nigga going to slavery and just get colorblind.
Basically, I don't know what color.
Right? I know what you mean though, but I'm making a point. We're not black and he's not white. Right? So we didn't call ourselves black based on him being white. That don't make no sense. Even if he was white, I'm not gonna call myself a color that I'm not just because he's white. See what I'm saying? So the point is we don't know who we are. Why? Because we went through slavery. When you go through slavery, you lose everything. So the white man called you black. Just like he called you a nigger. Just like he called you a Negro. That's why he called you Afro-American. See what I'm saying? Just like he called you a coon. See what I'm saying? So he had different names that he put on you. But we're showing the brother that God gave us a name in the Bible. Right. You believe in the Bible? You don't? Well, brother, you should. Because the Bible is the only place you can find out who you are and what happened to you. The Bible is the story of our forefathers.
Right.
This is our history book.
Come on.
You see what I'm saying? Why don't you believe in the Bible if you don't mind me asking?
I just feel like religion separates people.
Religion separated the people. I agree with you. That's true. You heard what he said? He said religion separated the people, right? But we're showing the brother that this Bible has nothing to do with religion.
Right.
Just because you went into slavery and somebody else took your book and made it into something, when you open it and read the words, it don't say none of that shit. You see what I'm saying? But the problem is we don't read. So we come out here to read.
Right.
Right? Give me Nehemiah 8:8 real quick. That's our job, brother. Our job is to come out here. The Lord told us to come get you, brother.
That's right.
You're a prince and you're a king. You're not a black man.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? Black means dirty, filthy, right? Evil, wicked, right? When you look up the etymology of the word, right? And white means righteousness, holy. When you go to a wedding, what color do people wear to a wedding? Traditionally, what color? White. What color do you traditionally wear to a funeral? Black. Why? Yeah, so you calling yourself death. You can use a color to describe something, right? But I can't say that's who I am. If somebody asks me who am I can't say black, right? Now, if I'm really dark and I want to describe it, I can say that, right? Right, so now, we're going to show you something. Read that.
Nehemiah chapter 8 and verse 8.
Bring it out.
So they read, they read in the book of the law.
So we reading in the book of the law. We literally in the law reading to this brother his history right now. Go ahead.
Of God distinctly.
Distinctly read.
And gave the sense.
And then what?
And gave the sense.
So we reading in the book and we giving him the understanding. We giving him the sense and we breaking it down. Shalom, King. So we're going to pick up where we left off, right? So the Lord was speaking to a nation of people called the Israelites. You ever heard of the Israelites? Right? Who are the Israelites? They're God's chosen people. Right? God's chosen people. Something happened to the people. They were slaves under Pharaoh and the Egyptians. The Lord said, Moses, let my people go. Right? He split the sea. He saved those people and destroyed their enemies. He made a covenant with his people. Right? He said, if you don't keep my commandments, all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake you. Right? So these people would be cursed. All right? That's what we're explaining to the brother. The Lord said we'd be cursed in the cities. Right? Who's cursed in the cities, brother? Us. We cursed in the city. And we don't know why. We think it's because of the color of our skin. Right? We ain't the only dark-skinned people. Why the Ethiopian man can come to America, he don't have to say hands up, don't shoot. He's dark-skinned. Why the East Indian man, you ever seen an East Indian march? Do they have to march for equality? No, why they don't have to do? They dark. It ain't about skin color. See, they know something about you that they kept hidden from you. Right? It has nothing to do with skin color, but it's about who you are, your real lineage and your real seed line. You come from a line of royal priests, right?
Right.
Kings and princes, right? And we're going to prove that to you in the Bible. You don't have to no longer not believe in the book. All right? Because God is about separation.
That's right.
All right, so we're going to show you that. So now we're going to pick up where we left off. Read.
Nah, I can't do that.
Huh?
I got my family over there.
Well, brother, you got to bring them up, man.
We out here for New York vacation.
Vacation? Well, guess what? All right, America's going to destroy, the Most High is going to burn America. All right, New York is going to be burnt up.
Right.
Okay, Orlando's going to be burnt up.
Right.
And this whole place is going to be destroyed, man.
Right.
Because of what they did to his people. 2/3 of his people that don't repent, the Lord going to kill them too. So now you can go enjoy this place, and we're going to continue to teach those that have ears to hear.
Right.
But if you was a wise man, you would stay and at least see where we're going with this and try to get this information that you may never hear again. All right?
I kind of got knowledge myself.
You said what?
I got knowledge myself.
Brother, you just told me you was black.
Right.
What the hell kind of knowledge you got?
Right.
You know what you got? You got worldly knowledge.
Right.
Right.
1 Corinthians 3:19. You have worldly knowledge. Yeah. Which is not real knowledge. It's the white man's knowledge. What type of knowledge do you got? Teach me something. Show me an example of knowledge you have.
I mean, I can show you. I bring my mom up here. That's my.
Hold on now.
What?
I got the knowledge.
He gonna bring his mom up here.
That man said, let me go get my mama. Read that. Yeah.
Word.
Yeah.
He
Hey,
gonna
mama,
get.
mama, send him back up here. Send him back up here. Send him back up here, mama. Mama's boy. Read.
This
I got
knowledge. Corinthians.
Okay, you got it. Go ahead.
Chapter 3 and verse 19. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with God. For it is written, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness.
So the Lord said the wisdom of this world is foolishness.
Right.
So this brother's knowledge that he think he has is foolishness. Like, what is the wisdom of this world? I'm black. His knowledge is, and I feel bad for his children. He's going to teach his son that we called ourselves black because the white man was white. That's his knowledge. That's the stupidest shit I ever heard in my life. But that's our people. We'll read about people, brothers like that. 32. I mean, wherever you was at.
No.
37.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 37. Check it out. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb.
The Lord said that, remember, we're going back to the curses and the punishment. We will become an astonishment. We just saw it. That brother that's amazing what he just said.
Right.
That's an astonishment. The brother said he's black. I asked him what color that was. I asked him what color's his shoes. He thinks he's that color. And he thinks we came up with that because the white man called himself white.
Right.
So we was like, oh, well, he's white, then we're black. Right? That's an astonishment. Read.
A proverb.
A proverb, read.
And a byword.
What is a byword? A byword is black. A byword is calling yourself after a name that God didn't give you. Right? If your father named you and you go change your name, that would be a byword. That's not the name that you was given. Go ahead.
Among all nations, whether the Lord shall lead thee.
Remember, the Lord is going to lead the Israelites and they will be living amongst all nations. Like today. Right? You can get in your car, go down the road, and you may see a China man. You might see a damn China walk. Right? You may see the African man at the gas station. You may see the East Indian man at the gas station. The Arab. You want to go get to the damn corner store and get gas, you're going to see all nations. The white man, he every damn. You can't go nowhere and not see the white man. Right. Go ahead. 46.
Verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
And these curses that we're reading is very important because this was written thousands of years ago. But in 2022, we can open this Bible right now and we can go through these precepts, go through these curses, and you can understand plainly who this is talking about. Because nobody else can fit these. Only one people is going to be able to fit these curses. God left them for a sign. Right? Like there's a sign up there that says Publix. What'd that do for you? Why did God have to leave us a sign? And why would he use curses as the sign? If you're hungry, right? Or if you're thirsty, off the top of your head, where is somewhere you can get to right now to get some food or something to drink? Anything. Where's somewhere that's close by here right now that you can go right now? Publix. How do you know that that's Publix? Says it on what? On the what? On the what? So what does that sign do for you? You gotta break down you gotta break everything down.
Right.
Right? Because if you can understand that, then you can understand what God is saying. So you know that that's public because that's a sign that says Publix. Read that again.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign.
God said these curses are on this people for a sign. These curses are on us, why? For a sign. Why? Because you were going to call yourself black. You was going to call yourself nigger. Right? And somebody else is going to call themselves Jew. Israel. Somebody was going to take your nationality. So in order to get to the truth, you needed a what? You needed a sign. Right? So these curses are on us for what? For a sign. Read.
And for a wonder.
And for a wonder, to make you think. Like, damn, how am I black? My shirt is black. Make you think, damn, hold on. Yeah, we know we was a slave, but damn, why did we go into slavery? You know what I'm saying? Damn, we got jobs, we work too. Why we on the bar? Why we get paid the less? Why we the ones struggling? Right? We worked the hardest. Our poor parents built this whole country up. Right. Why we don't got nothing? Wait a minute, the Jewish people got reparations? Everybody got reparations except us. Why we didn't get anything? Right? And what we went through is more horrendous than anything anybody else has ever gone through by a long shot. Right. It ain't even close. But yet we get nothing but police brutality, right? Drugs in our neighborhood, lies, confusion, churches. Only thing we get is a church on the damn block.
Right.
Right? Go ahead.
And upon thy seed forever.
And upon thy seed. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
Here's another punishment for what? Why is God doing these, saying he's going to do these things to these people? You remember? Hold on. What? Remember we went to the beginning. We were talking about why are we in this position? What did we do wrong? What did God tell us in the beginning? That's right.
That's right.
Right, man. We didn't follow the commandments. I want to keep reviewing so we're on the same page, all right? So now, here's another punishment for not doing what? Not keeping the commandments, all right?
Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies.
Since you don't want to serve me, I'm going to make you serve your enemy now, right? Because God gave you the opportunity to serve the living God. And he didn't ask you to do nothing crazy. Like this white man, right? The Lord told you, love your brother as yourself. Don't eat pork. Keep the Sabbath day holy, right? Go ahead.
Which the Lord shall sin against thee.
No, he's going to send himself.
Which the Lord shall sin against thee.
The Lord said these people are going to have to serve their enemies. Is it talking about the spiritual demon Satan? Did the Lord send a man with a long tail, some horns, and a pitchfork after us? Because that's who the white man tell you the devil is, right? Right? Who is the enemy? I asked a pastor one time, I said, I read the Bible, it talks about who's the enemy. He said, the devil. It's Satan. Right? Do we serve Satan? Based on now, you do serve, Satan. Right? Well, you don't serve the Most High. But in this context, he's giving you specific judgments that was going to happen. The Lord said he was going to make you serve your enemies. Read.
And in hunger.
When you hungry, you got to serve. When we hungry, do we go to the devil? Where do we go? We go to who? When we hungry. When you hungry and you want to eat, where do you go? You go to the devil.
Oh.
Do you conjure up demons? All right? To the spiritual demon Satan and wait for some food to appear? Because God said you're going to have to serve your enemy when you hungry. Where do you go when you're hungry? Publix? Where else? McDonald's? Wherever you go for food, right? Whether it's the farmer's market, wherever you go, who are you going to? Who do you have to pay? What people? Do we own these corporations and establishments? Who owns them? Read it again.
In hunger.
Read it again.
From the top. Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies.
The Lord said when you're hungry, you got to serve your enemy. What people owns these places that you have to go to? Whose face is on the money? On every bill, there's a different man on there. What ethnicity of people are they? Right. So who owns these corporations? Who owns the money? All right then. So God said you got to serve your enemy. Who you got to serve? Read.
Which the Lord shall sin against thee. In hunger and in thirst.
Do you understand why God is calling these things curses? Because water is free. But God said, for not keeping the commandments, you're going to have to serve an enemy to quench your thirst.
Right.
If you want something to drink, you have to go buy it now. Right? You have to go buy water. You ever thought about that? Why the hell am I buying water? And who the hell gave somebody power over the water? Right? You got different water. You got damn Dasani, Aquafina, Zephyr Hills, right? What else?
Smart water.
Smart water. They got all type of water out there. Where do they get the water from? Are they God? They have the power, right? To put water in a bottle, put a label on it, put their name on it, put it in the store and put a price on it, and you got to go in there, take that money out of your pocket with the white man on it and give it back to him. He just gave it to you. You just got paid. You went, you worked for him. You're working in this field all day. You wait. You got, first of all, in the Lord said you're supposed to pay a man that day.
Right.
Right? And he's saying, God, we trust, but you don't keep no commandments. Right? But you got to wait on your check. And then you get your check, and then he take a little bit out. Right? And then you got to dig in your check give it back to him to eat. Dig in your check, give it back to him for something to drink. Dig in your check, give it back to him to pay rent. Dig in your check, give it back to him to keep the lights on. So he give you money, he's just waiting on it. Come back. His money is in a cycle. These are curses to have to go to another people to survive, to live. You understand it? Read.
And in nakedness.
And in nakedness, clothes on your back. Right? So if you want some Echo Unlimited, who owns Echo Unlimited? Look it up. Look up Echo. Look up Echo. I want to know who owns Echo. All right? When you went and bought that sweater, who benefited from it? All right? Is that a Haitian man? Did you go to your brother? All right? Who picked all the cotton?
Mark Echo.
$7 trillion, right? All right? We basically gave America $7 trillion to start this economy. And we didn't get a damn thing, all right? All right? The hell is that? Is that a Haitian? All right? Well, that's his stuff you got on. So when you go buy Echo, he gets paid, right? When he dies, his children are gonna eat. His children's children's children. You see what I'm saying? This is how we create wealth. Everything that they do and that they have, they benefit from us, right? You understand it? So even though we picked all the cotton, we created the cotton gin, we set this place up for him. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And in one of all things.
And what?
And in one of all things.
And in one of all things. Not only food, water, and clothes on your back, what about an education? God said all things. If you want an education and you want to go to college, where do you go? Where do we go for college? You may go to junior college, you may go to a university. You see what I'm saying? And you might take a trade online, right? Whose school system do we go to? The white man. It's his establishment, right? What does he teach us? Does he teach us the truth? What do he teach us? Does he teach us history? He teach us his story or history? Go to his college and you learn his story. And then we repeat it. That's why I told that brother his knowledge comes from the white man. He don't care about this knowledge, the true knowledge. You see what I'm saying? Because he's comfortable with the knowledge that the white man is giving him. He said, oh, I got knowledge.
They're coming back.
You see what I'm saying?
Great.
This man went on vacation and came to Orlando. Right? Is that a real vacation? Is he really on a vacation? Does the white man go on vacation and come to Orlando? Or do he go somewhere exotic?
Hell no.
Does he go somewhere and then walk around the damn park with a muscle shirt on with mama? I'm joking. Go ahead.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
Remember, these curses are on us for a sign. Right? If you forget who you are, we can go to this Bible and it's going to remind you. Wait a minute. Who had yokes of iron on their neck? Because the Bible said God's chosen people, the Israelites, not the Haitians, their enemy that they're going to have to serve would put yokes of iron on their necks. Who had yokes of iron on their neck? Huh? Israelites. Right? Did our people have yokes of iron on their neck? We the same people? Yeah, we just got off different places off the ship. Right? We the same people though. What you thought this was just talking about the Haitians? Hey, Levi, that's just one tribe. All right, it's 12 tribes. All right, so who did this happen to? And who are the Israelites? God's people. Who are the Israelites today? Right. What do they call themselves today? Do they call themselves Israelites? They do? The stuff that happened to these people, they call themselves Israelites? What do they call themselves? Now, I don't want you to help them. I want the brother to think. What do they call themselves today? Do they call themselves Israelites or Jews? What do you call yourself? When you came up here, what did you call yourself? What did that, you just seen a brother come up here. Did he say Israelite?
Oh,
did he say Israelite? No. You said Haitian, he said black. But y'all the same people. But God said this was going to happen to the Israelites. Did it happen to us? Did it happen to that brother's people? Everything we read it. Yeah. Look at them. Look at these people. What people are these? These are people, man. I'm trying to make sure you understand it. Right? Go ahead.
Until he have destroyed thee.
So the Lord said they would put yokes of iron on our neck for a season. When would God allow them to take the chains off our neck? Read it again. Do we got yokes of iron on our neck right now? But we used to, right? Read it again.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until.
How long?
Until.
How long?
Until.
We had those chains on our neck until when? Read.
He have destroyed thee.
Until what?
He have destroyed thee.
Until you were destroyed.
Right.
Until you were speaking French and English. Until you was calling yourself a Haitian, black, nigga. Once you destroyed, he could take the chain off your neck now. You're not gonna rise up against the white man. You're only gonna kill niggas who look like you.
Right.
Because you destroyed. You understand it? If I got a dog on the chain, when he's trained, do I have to chain him up? No, I can say, nigga, sit, he gonna sit. Right? The white man got us trained. He don't gotta chain us up no more. He only chain you up now when you get out of line, when you cross the line. When you cross the line, then he you know what I'm saying, he kind of throw you in the jail cell, right? Which is another form of slavery. A little slick slavery, right? He kind of keep the slavery going on with these prisons. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead. 54.
Verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother.
What did God say?
His eyes shall be evil toward his brother.
What people is this? Whose eye is evil toward one another? You ever heard of Chinese on Chinese crime? You ever heard of black on black crime? Right? Because we kill each other, right? Why do we kill each other?
That's a freaking dude.
Why do we hate each other so much? Why are we so jealous of each other?
Is that a dude?
Huh? You don't know? Why you don't know, bro? What are we reading? We're reading the judgments and punishment and curses that God would put on the Israelites for what? For not doing what? Commandments. So why do we hate each other? Read it again. We're reading what would happen to us for not keeping the commandments. Read it.
So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother.
God says the Israelite man's eye will be evil toward his own people, toward his own brother. Why do we kill each other? See, I need you to understand. I need you to understand this and be able to explain it. Right? Why do we kill each other? Why do we kill each other? We are reading what? Curses. Read it again.
Verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother.
Why do we have an evil eye toward one another? What happened to us? Jealousy? Why are we jealous of each other? Deuteronomy 28 and 15 again.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass.
But it shall happen, read.
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
If you don't listen to keep the commandments of God, read.
To observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
The Lord said all these curses will come upon us and overtake thee. So we're reading the curses that will come upon us for not keeping the commandments. Give me 54 again.
Verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother.
Why do we have an evil eye toward each other? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do, brother? Why are these curses on us? You remember when you walked up here and I told you every question I ask you is going to be the same, it's going to be simple? Right? What's the truth? Right? And if you love God, you're going to do what? Keep his commandments, right? Why is our eye evil toward one another? Because we didn't do what? See that? You know the answer.
Right.
It's so simple, right? That's right, brother. So we kill each other, why? Because we don't keep the commandments.
Right.
Because we in sin. Judgment on God. The Lord put a spirit on our people. All right? Go ahead.
And toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall lead.
Which what?
Which he shall lead.
Now you're going to stay and raise them.
Which he shall lead.
You're going to stay home and take care of his kids.
Which he shall lead.
Who's known for leaving their kids? Who's known for being single and independent? Black woman. Black woman. Why is she single and independent? Where the hell is daddy at? Or locked up? Or gone doing so? Oh, we might not even know him. You know what I'm saying? Right? Which he shall lead. Now give me 68 for the brother.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With what?
With ships.
How do we get to America?
With ships.
Ships. Right? We came over here on slave ships. God is saying this is the last curse. This didn't happen in the Bible. This was written thousands of years before the 1500s, 1600s. Right? Read. With ships. Did the so-called white man come over here on a slave ship? No. We did, right? Go ahead.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold.
You shall be what?
You shall be sold.
You shall be who?
You shall be sold.
And the Lord said we're going to be sold. Turn this around. What this say right here? Who was sold? Who the Negroes? Who they call Negroes or black? Us, right? Right. So what we sold? What we sold? Yeah, we were sold. Read.
You shall be sold unto your enemy.
And what people were we sold to? The white man. What does God call them?
Unto your enemies.
Who's our enemies? The white man. Right. See what I'm saying? So who is the Bible talking about? Is it talking about everybody on the earth? Can the Chinese man read this? You shall have yokes around your neck. Oh, that's me. Can he relate to what we just read? Or can only these people relate? That's right. So, brother, according to the Bible, who are we? What people are we?
Right.
Right. We're the Israelites. So back up. Back up. Back up. Go over there by that brother. And now I want you to turn around and walk back up. Now come walk back up here. Right? Yeah. What's your nationality, brother?
Right.
Brother came back up too bad, man. All right? And what does that mean? What does that mean, brother? What does it mean to be an Israelite? Is that important? To know who you are?
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12.
Bring it out.
And now, Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee? But to fear the Lord thy God.
But to do what?
But to fear the Lord thy God.
Now stop. Now wait a minute. We're gonna do some refreshing, and I want you to listen closely to this verse because it's gonna summarize everything we've been saying from the time you came up here. This God requires something of you as an Israelite man, right? Not everybody, but you, because you're special, huh? This is what our people don't know. This is what was taken from our people, man. All right? Go ahead. And look, you see them people right there? Them Ethiopians right there. See what I'm saying? We not African. See what I'm saying? Hey, they don't go through. When the last time you see them getting shot in the street by the police? Hey, they don't live in the ghettos in the slums.
Right.
And they come over here and get loans and set up businesses and stores. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta know who the Israelites are and who your people are.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Everybody that's dark skinned is not an Israelite.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So God talking to the Israelites. It's the so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, and New England. Those are the 12 tribes of Israel. So now, read that again from the top and read it slow.
Verse 12. And now.
Hold on, I want to get this first. Stay right there. Now, Israel, in the Hebrew, in our native tongue, you would say Yasha Allah. It's translated in English, we say Israel. All right? So, I'm going to show you what your name means, all right? Because what does Haiti mean? What does it mean to be a Haitian? Well, Haitian. I don't even care if you don't. We don't even know, right? You know what I'm saying? Well, let's see what our true name that God gave us.
This is Genesis chapter 32 and 28.
Bring it out.
And he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel.
But what?
But Israel.
So our forefather Jacob, the Lord changed his name to Israel, right? Go ahead.
For as a prince hast thou power with God and with man.
Wait a minute. For as a what?
For as a prince.
For as a nigga.
For as a prince.
For as a coon.
For as a prince.
For as a thug.
For as a prince.
For as a gangster.
For as a prince.
What does God call us? Read it again.
For as a prince.
For as a what?
For as a prince.
For as a what?
For as a prince.
For as a who?
For as a prince.
For as a what? Prince.
Right.
So you a what?
You're prince.
You're a prince. You're a prince. Read.
Hast thou power with God.
Has what?
Hast thou power with God.
So what does your name mean? What does it mean to be? What is Israelite? What does that mean? It means a prince that has power with God. Right? We are the princes of the Most High power. Right? Because God showed his power through us when he split the sea. We walked through that sea and he destroyed the Egyptians. He delivered us out of slavery. He's going to do that again when he delivers us out of America. Right. We still got power with God. But we rebellious. We don't serve our God. You see what I'm saying? So now you know you're an Israelite, you're a prince that has power with God. This is how you activate your power. Read that.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12.
Go ahead.
And now Israel.
And now who?
And now Israel.
See, the Bible tell you who the Bible's talking to. Right? You're not going to find nowhere in the Bible the Lord saying now to everybody. This whole Bible is only talking to you. This is your book. You understand? Go ahead. You got to know this thing. Right? You got to care. This is all we got. Right? Is this word. Read.
What doth the Lord thy God require of thee?
What does God require of you, Israelite man? If you could take a wild guess. Right? There you go, man. Right? Read.
But to fear the Lord thy God.
You gotta fear the Lord. We talked about that earlier, right? Fear the Most High God. We just read the judgments for not keeping his commandments. So now you have to put the fear. Now you have to punish them. Now you have to put a wicked people over. They whipped our backs. They hung us on trees. They raped our women, man. They stole our land, man. They changed your name, man. They took your language from you, man. Right? And they try to steal your salvation. So the Lord said we have to fear our God. We don't fear man. We fear the judgments of God.
That's right.
Read.
To walk in all his ways.
To do what?
To walk in all his ways.
What Israelites got to do?
To walk in all his ways.
Walk in our own way.
To walk in all his ways.
Walk in the way of Christianity.
To walk in all his ways.
Walk in the way of Islam.
To walk in all his ways.
Walk in the ways of America.
To walk in all his ways.
No, to walk in all God's ways.
That's right.
He laid out his way. He told you the way. Hey, Yahweh said, I am the way,
the truth, and the life.
That's right. Truth is what? The law.
Right.
God give us the law. What did he tell us? If you break the law, all these curses going to come upon you.
Right.
Read.
And to love him.
And to what?
And to love him.
And to what?
And to love him.
For this is the love of God. If we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous.
Right.
Right? So we're required to love God. And if you love God, by default, you're going to do what he said.
Come.
And to serve the Lord thy God.
And to do what?
And to serve the Lord thy God.
How to serve man.
And to serve the Lord thy God.
Serve women.
And to serve the Lord thy God.
And to serve God.
Yeah.
Read.
With all thy heart.
Now with some of our heart.
With all thy heart.
Just a little bit.
With all thy heart.
With all your heart, brother. Read.
And with all thy soul.
And with what?
And with all thy soul.
Read.
To keep the commandments.
What's the point?
To keep the commandments.
No requirement?
To keep the
How
commandments.
you get the kingdom?
To keep the commandments.
What the Lord say?
To keep the commandments.
To keep the commandments.
Right.
The Bible saying the same thing over and over and over and over again.
Right.
You understand, brother? So look, you eat pork? You don't eat pork? You eat pork? You don't know what pork is? What's your name again? I don't want to call you Spider. HD? All right, HD. Do you eat pork or not? Do you eat bacon? Do you eat pepperoni pizza? Do you eat pork chop? Do you eat ham hocks? Do you eat neck bones? Do you eat grill feet? Do you eat chips? Grill.
Crackling.
Do you eat pork? Right. Pork is anything that comes from the pig.
Right.
That's right. All right? You might not have known about that term, but that's what it is. So you eat pork, right? I used to eat pork, right? So look, what does God require of us? Commandments. Right, brother. So let's go to a commandment, okay, that our people don't know. Leviticus 11:7.
Leviticus chapter 11, verse 7.
Yeah.
And the swine, though he divideth the hoof,
Now the swine is the pig. That's pork. Right? Go ahead.
and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you.
What the Lord say?
He is unclean to
What
you.
the Lord say to the Israelites?
He is unclean to you.
What did God say?
He is unclean to you.
God say the pig, bacon, pepperoni, salami, bologna is unclean to the Israelites. That's right. Right? Read.
Of their flesh shall ye not eat.
No, brother, you can eat it.
Of their flesh shall ye not eat.
What did God say?
Of their flesh
shall ye not eat.
What we got to teach our brother?
Of their flesh shall ye not eat.
Why did we go into slavery? What did we not do? Commandments. The Lord just gave us a commandment. He said, don't eat pork. Of their flesh shall you not eat. Go ahead.
And of their carcass shall ye not touch.
The Lord said we're not even supposed to touch it. Right? So can we eat pork? So now, knowing that that's a commandment of God, and all our people be eating pork all day, every day, right? Right. That's a commandment of God. He said don't do it. Should we do it? No. You gonna stop eating pork? See, that's the hard. See, that's the point. You can agree with everything. You can get all the way up until this point, right? But the only thing that matters is, now that you know that God is against it and don't want you to eat it, are you going to continue to eat it? Oh, praise Him. That's repentance. Now you know better. You said, damn, the Lord did all this to us, man? Hey, man, I love my people. I love my God. I don't want to disappoint my God. Hey, He created the pig. He know how filthy. That's actually love. Right? That the Lord kind of put us on game. The other nations, they can eat what they want to eat. They don't get punished.
That's right.
They don't go through this shit.
Right.
We go through this because He's our God. You see what I'm saying? So He put us on game with everything He created. He said, look, you can eat this, this, that, and that, and that. But don't eat this. Right? Don't eat pork. You understand? Why? Because you're Israelite. You understand? Give me Deuteronomy 76 real quick. Stay right there. Give me Deuteronomy 76. I'm going to show you why it's important, brother. All right, you got to understand this. Read that.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6.
Bring it out.
For thou art an holy people.
What the Lord say?
For thou art an holy people.
And the Lord said we are holy people.
Right.
Right? You know what holy means? Holy means separate. The Lord took our people and set us apart from everybody else to be His own. He chose us. And He said, y'all special to me. Right? Read.
Unto the Lord thy God.
Read.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee.
The Lord chose you, brother. Read.
To be a special people.
To be an ordinary people.
To be a special people.
To be like everybody else.
To be a special people.
He chose you to be special. Right? If you special, you're not like everybody else. You different. That's our people. Read.
unto himself above all people.
A what?
Above all people.
No, we equal.
Above all people.
No, we the same.
Above all people.
No, we below.
Above all people.
We on the bottom.
Above all people.
God said he put you above everybody else. You're better than everybody else. We just don't know it. We lost it. And what do we read in the Bible? And you won't never hear this in church.
Right.
They won't never read these scriptures in church.
Right.
Give me the book of Ezekiel chapter 22 and verse 25. 22 and 25.
It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 22 and verse 5.
Bring it out.
25.
25. Verse 25.
26.
Verse 26.
26. I'm going to show you. Right? Read that.
Verse 26. Her priests have violated my law.
What the Lord say?
Her priests have violated my law.
See, these priests, these Christians, ministers, they break God's laws. Right?
Right.
That's why you didn't know this. Read.
And have profaned my holy things.
They did what?
And have profaned my holy things.
They profane the things that are holy. They say everybody equal, everybody the same. We just read, God said, you holy. Even as he is holy. Separate. Read.
They have put no difference.
They what?
They have put no difference
They don't put a difference, read.
between the holy and profane.
They don't put a difference between the holy, the Israelite, and the profane, which is the so-called white man. Right? Go ahead.
Neither have they showed difference between the unclean.
They didn't put a difference between the unclean. We just read that pork is unclean. In Christianity, they tell you eat any damn thing.
Right.
Big Mama to be the biggest Christian, they believe in God more than anybody, right? But all they do is cook pork chop. All they do is cook bacon. They don't put a difference between the unclean, read?
And the clean.
And the clean. Things that you can eat and things that you're not supposed to eat, like seafood. You eat seafood? You like shrimp, lobster, crab, shellfish? Sometimes? That's okay. So, but listen to this. Give me Acts 17 and 30.
Verse 9. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters.
The Lord has given us a dietary law, right? He set up a system. The Lord created animals that you can eat that are clean, and he set up animals that are unclean that he told you not to touch, right? Now, in the waters, he has also things that people like to eat. So he's going to tell you, as an Israelite, being holy and separate and better and special and above all people, right? What you can eat out of that water and what you cannot eat in the water. Listen closely, read.
Whatsoever have fins and scales.
Whatever has fins and scales, read.
In the waters, and the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat.
So the Lord said, the only thing you can eat that's in the water, it gotta have fins and it must have scales. Does everything that comes out of the water have fins and scales? No. Can we eat anything that we take out of the water? No. What does it have to have? Fins and what? Fins and scales. That's right, brother. So can I eat shrimp? No, that's a roach. The Lord created the shrimp to clean the bottom feeders. They clean the doo-doo and the filth. That's how you keep the ocean clean. That's why the ocean all filthy and defiled. And then you grabbing all the damn bottom feeders and then you charging people to eat it, which is a sin unto you. Read.
And all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers, all that move in the waters, and any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you.
They shall what?
They shall be an abomination unto you.
What did the Lord say?
They shall be an abomination unto you.
Hey, the Lord said they shall be an abomination unto you. So if you want to eat shrimp, crab, lobster, God said that's going to be an abomination. You know what an abomination is? Huh? Give me Sirach 15.
As long as that light is still blinking, you got
Let me show you something, brother.
It's good.
Because you may hear us today, you may say, you may go somewhere, you might smell that shrimp, you might look at it, it might start calling your name. You see what I'm saying? It might say, HD. You know what I mean? You might start smelling the damn seasoning on it, man. Your stomach might start growling, man. You see what I'm saying? You might start drooling out the damn mouth, man. And next thing you know, man, you done went and got a plate. Right? Read that. 15 and 13.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 15 and verse 13. The Lord hateth all abomination.
The Lord say?
The Lord hateth all abomination.
No, it's okay to eat the pork.
The Lord hateth all abomination.
You can get a little shrimp.
The Lord hateth all abomination.
You can crack the crab and suck the juice.
The Lord hateth all abomination.
The Lord hates all abominations.
Right. That's right.
You want to be a hater of God, man? No, man. So you're going to stop completely eating seafood unless it's what? Clean. Like what? Salmon? See what I'm saying? You can eat fish, you can eat seafood. You just can't eat the things that God says not to eat. How do you know what God says you can do and not if you don't read the Bible?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? The Bible, like the elder priest Kahan always say, the Bible stands for best instructions before leaving earth. Right? You don't want to die in your sins. That's the point. You see what I'm saying? So what is sin? You know what sin is? Because when you repent, you're supposed to repent from what? Your sin. What is sin? What is it? What is sin? When you repent from your sins. What is sin? How do you know if you sin? How do you know what sin is? Give me 1 John 3. Well, somebody, he could do something I may say is wrong, but he might say it's right. A person might be a homosexual and I might say that's wrong, but America says it's right. You see what I'm saying? So, if you say that's wrong, how do we know it's wrong? How do we know it's right? How do we know something is a sin? You see what I'm saying? We're going to find out, brother. It's going to be the same thing, right? The Bible is not hard. It's the same thing over and over and over. Read that.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 3, and verse 4.
You know.
Whosoever committed sin,
Whoever committed sin, go ahead.
transgresseth also the law.
That means that you broke God's laws. Why?
For sin is the transgression of the
What
law.
did the Lord say?
For sin is the transgression of the law.
What is sin?
For sin is the transgression of the law.
What is sin? When you break the law.
That's right.
Right? You see how everything goes back to the... You see how I can break everything down and I can take you the same route and it's going to take you back to the same place, right? You see what I'm saying? It's the same thing. So when you repent from your sins, which is what? Breaking the law, right? So in order to not be in sin, you got to be doing what? Right. That's right, brother. You see what I'm saying? That's why your Messiah came on the scene, right? Give me Acts 17 and 30.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 17 and verse 30. In the times of this ignorance.
In the time of your ignorance. What is ignorance? Ignorant is when you didn't know something, right? Like you didn't know that you're not supposed to eat pork. You see what I'm saying? You didn't know because when you go to the Christian church, they say you can do any damn thing. You can be a homosexual, you can eat pork, right? You can be a child molester, a pedophile. All you got to do is say you believe in Jesus, and you saved automatically. You see what I'm saying? You understand it, brother? So in the time of your ignorance, God what?
God winked at.
God winked. I mean, he didn't kill you. That's grace and mercy. The Lord allows you to come and hear the truth. You are ignorant of some of these things. Now you know. Read.
But now.
But what?
But now.
But now, brother. Read.
Commandeth all men everywhere to repent.
But now you got to repent. Right. You didn't know you couldn't eat pork. Now you got to repent. You know how to repent? There you go. But it's a process. Yeah, you can stop eating it. You got to stop eating it. That's true repentance. But it's a process, right? To repent. Right? Give me Acts 3:19 and then give me Psalms.
I got it.
All right.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 3 and verse 19. Repent ye therefore and be converted.
What did the Lord say?
Repent ye therefore and be converted.
Repent and what does the word converted mean? There you go, brother. Convert means to change, right? If you go to church and they say you can eat pork, right? Which is a sin.
Right.
If sin is transgression of God's laws, if they tell me I don't got to keep the law, that means that's no sin. What the hell am I repenting from? You understand? This is how, when you go into the Bible and read for yourself, you start to figure out Christianity makes no sense.
Right.
This is why Christianity is the wide gate that leads to destruction.
Right.
Everybody loves Christian. That's the #1 religion on earth.
Right.
You know why? Because they tell you, oh, just say you love. Love, love, love. When you read the Bible, it's more than love.
That's right.
It's all about evil, pestilence, famine, fire, death, destruction, man. That's why the whole world is confounded.
Right.
And they have no idea of the evils that's getting ready to happen in the earth. Which
Right.
Christ himself told you was getting ready to happen. So when you repent, brother, you repent from your sins. Sin is the transgression of the law, right? So read Acts 3:19 one more time.
Acts 3:19. Repent ye therefore and be converted.
And change. How do you change? What changes you? Is it just saying I believe? Is it just saying I love? Is it just singing in the choir? Is it just going to church, falling asleep, watching the clock, ready to go home? Right? What converts you? What changes you?
God.
Brother, that's right, brother. Hey, we didn't even have to get the precept. We're going to get it anyway. Give me Psalms 19:7.
This is Psalms 19 and verse 7.
Bring it out.
The law of the Lord is perfect.
The Lord say?
The law of the Lord is perfect.
The what?
The law of the Lord is perfect.
If God said the law, statutes, and commandment is perfect, who the hell give these nasty, money-hungry pastors the authority to tell you something wrong with the law? Because Christ died, now you don't got to do nothing he said. The only law that he came to do away with was animal sacrifice.
Right.
You still got to keep the Sabbath day. You still got to love your brother as yourself.
Right.
Pork didn't become a clean animal just because Jesus died. He didn't die so you can eat pork.
Right.
He died so that if you sin, you can repent now. You see what I'm saying? And his blood will cover you from that sin. That's grace and mercy. I'm going to prove that to you. Give me Hebrews 10 and 26. I'm going to show you how it wouldn't make sense based on the scriptures that they say they believe in. Give me Hebrews 10, 26.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 10 and verse 26.
Bring it out.
For if we sin willfully.
Wait a minute. I thought the law was done away with. If the law is done away with, there's no sin. Ain't no such thing as sin. Because we just read, by definition, sin is literally the transgression of the law. Right? Now there are many elements to the law. You have a dietary law, you have moral laws, you got civil laws, you got ceremonial laws, right? You have high holy days. Go ahead.
For if we sin willfully.
If you willfully sin. Read.
After that we have received the knowledge of the truth.
Stop right there. I'm going to see if you remember. Quizzing. What is the truth? We read it earlier. The law. Right. Right. That's right. After, because we went into captivity, right? And we were separated from these things. Give me Jeremiah 17 and 4 real quick. Hold that real quick. Give me Jeremiah 17 and 4.
It's the mighty book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 4.
Bring it out.
And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thy heritage.
Shall what?
Shall discontinue from thy heritage.
Now, what is the heritage that we would discontinue from? No, what is the heritage though? What is our heritage today? Is it the 4th of July when we were slaves in 1776? Is it Christmas? Was Jesus celebrating? Did Jesus put up the Christmas tree and Mary kind of put the star on the top? And James came with the lights around there. Then you had James, he put the little balls on the Christmas tree. Right? Then you had Martha, and they was wrapping the presents, putting them under the tree. Were they doing that? The Bible says, John 10 and 22, they kept the Feast of Dedication in the winter.
Right.
Do Christians keep the Feast of Dedication?
No,
they keep Christmas, right? Do they follow Christ? No. What is the heritage that we would discontinue from? Give me that in Sirach 17:24. We're going to show you, right? Everything we say got to come out of the Bible, right? The Lord says, prove all things, right? If any man speak, let him speak out the oracles of God, right? So we're going to show you what our heritage is. And guess what you think is going to happen? It's going to be the same thing over and over again. The Bible is one cohesive book saying the same thing. Christianity makes people think it contradicts itself. Because they teach a doctrine that I can go to 1,000 scriptures right now that teaches contrary to it. That's why a lot of people don't believe in the Bible, why they don't go to church no more. Right? Read that.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 17 and verse 24. But unto them that repent, he granted them return.
I mean, it's like Sirach 11.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 11 and verse 24. Again say not, I have enough, and possess many things, and what evil can come to me hereafter. In the day of prosperity.
17:11. I said 24. 17:11.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 17 and verse 11. Beside this he gave them knowledge.
He gave us what?
He gave them
He
knowledge.
gave us knowledge. Read. What is knowledge? Give me Malachi 2:7. What is knowledge, man? And you got the knowledge of the so-called white man's world. He has knowledge. You got people, they got doctor's degree. They got masters, right? They got many letters. They have titles and positions, right? They got their scientists, right? You got your doctors. And they have this worldly knowledge, right? Well, there's another knowledge too in the Bible, where you got secrets, mysteries, parables, dark sayings, man, that only belong to the Israelites.
Right.
All right? So read that.
And the law of life.
In the what?
In the law of life.
For what?
For inheritance.
For what?
For inheritance.
So what did the Lord give the Israelites in the wilderness? The law. For what? Our heritage. So what is our heritage? Read it again.
Beside this he gave them knowledge.
He gave us knowledge, read.
And the law.
And the law.
Of life. For inheritance.
For what?
For inheritance.
What's our heritage? Right. The law of life. That's our heritage. Commandment. Right? Then he said he gave us knowledge and the law. What's knowledge?
Malachi chapter 2 and verse 7. For the priest's lips shall keep knowledge.
So the priests, your pastors and teachers, their lips are supposed to always bring forth knowledge. Right? What is knowledge?
And they shall seek the law.
They should what?
And they shall seek the law.
They should do what?
And they shall seek the law.
Read.
At his mouth.
At what?
At his mouth.
What is true knowledge? That's right. The law. It's true knowledge. See what I'm saying? Now, go all the way back.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 10 and verse 26. For if we sin willfully, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth.
The knowledge, what is knowledge? What is knowledge? There you go. The knowledge of what?
Of the truth.
What's the truth? Why is every question I'm asking you the same? Huh? Talk to me, brothers. If we sin willfully after you have heard the law. Like now you know, Leviticus 11 and 7 says you can't eat pork. If you go and eat pork now, you just willfully doing it. Before you heard this, you was doing it in ignorance. That's when God winked at you. But now, he requires all men to repent. When you repent from your sin. What is sin? Transgression of the law. If you sin, break the law willfully, after you heard the knowledge of the truth,
there remaineth no more sacrifice for sin.
how the hell are you going to get? Who's going to cover you for your sin? How are you going to make an atonement for your sin if you just willfully sin? You see what I'm saying? You understand it, brother? So now, go back to Acts 3:19 again, my bad, and then Psalm 19 and 7. I mean, you got to get Acts, Psalm 19 and 7. Because we was talking about, how do we change? The Lord said repent and be converted, which means to change. How do we do that?
Psalm 19 and 7.
Bring it out.
The law of the Lord is perfect.
So the law is perfect, read.
Converting the soul.
Doing what?
Converting the soul.
That word again, converting, repent ye therefore and be converted. The law is perfect, converting the soul. How do you change? The law. You go read the law. It says, thou shalt not don't eat. Thou shalt not kill, don't murder your brother. Love thy neighbor as thyself, love your brother. See what I'm saying? That's how you change. You got it, brother? All right, give me Leviticus 21
Leviticus chapter 21 and verse 5. They shall not make baldness upon their head.
They shall what?
They shall not make baldness upon their head.
So another commandment for the Israelites, we can't shave our head bald like Michael Jordan. Right? You can't take a razor and just cut all your damn head off to the skin. Right? Read.
Neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard.
Neither what?
Neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard.
Can the Israelites cut their beards off? We got a broad beard, right? You see what I'm saying? Do some of us shave our beard? You never seen a brother with his beard shaved? Huh? Yeah, so do some of us shave it off? You just said you seen some people shaving it off. Yeah, brother, we do. Can we do that? No, you gotta grow your beard. That's the point. Why do we gotta grow our beard? Because God said it. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta grow your beard. Don't shave. I see it's coming in a little bit. Let it go. Let the thing go. That's a badge of manly dignity.
Yeah, well, I had a example at the job. I didn't told McDonald's. I didn't told
You gotta shave it.
yeah.
Right. See that? And it's a reason for that. They want you to shave it off. They're contrary. They want to keep you in sin. God said don't shave it. So you got to keep it. See, the world don't follow God. You see what I'm saying? Because McDonald's is the enemy that God said you will have to serve at home. So why would they tell you what God said? No, they want you to follow them. They understand that God put them over you. You see what I'm saying? But in the midst of our captivity, we got to keep God's commandments. You see what I'm saying? That's what's going to save your life, man. Doing what God said. Especially as a young man, that's not easy, man. All people your age, man, they are all matter of wickedness and evil. They're not thinking about God. You see what I'm saying? But you different, brother. I can tell by your spirit, man. You're very humble. You see what I'm saying? You got ears to hear, brother. Right? So we can't shave our beard. So moving forward, as you grow and get older and your beard starts to come in, you don't cut it off. You can trim it, make it look nice. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to be wild with it, but don't shave it off. You got to have a beard on yourself. You understand, brother? Give me 28.
Verse 28.
I thought you knew. Got two.
Oh, okay. Verse 5. Nor make any cuttings in their flesh.
Go ahead.
They shall be holy unto their...
What verse? Carl, where you at?
Verse 5.
Watch out.
21.
You just read that.
No, I didn't finish it.
No, we done with that. We're in Leviticus 17.
Leviticus chapter 17 and 28.
There ain't no 28.
You got Exodus.
I got Exodus. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20, and verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day.
What the Lord say?
Remember the Sabbath day.
What is the Sabbath day? Because God said we got to remember the Sabbath day. We're going to forget it, now we got to remember it. That's right. Remember the Sabbath day. Go ahead.
To keep it holy.
Go
6
ahead.
days to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor.
How many days?
6 days shalt thou labor.
No, 7 days.
6 days shalt thou labor.
Go ahead.
And do all thy work.
And what?
And do all thy work.
And do all thy work. Go ahead.
But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
The 7th day is the Shabbat. It's the day of rest of the Most High God that He gave the Israelites. This is a day that we got to keep holy. You got 6 days to do everything you got to do. Whether it's working, whether it's you want to go play ball, if you want to go to the gym and work out, whatever you like to do personally, your personal pleasures, do that within 6 days. The Lord only asked for 1 day. Go ahead.
In it thou shalt not do any work. Thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the 7th day.
And did what?
And rested the 7th day.
And rested the 7th day, which is the Shabbat, Saturday, right? Go ahead.
Well, for the Lord.
That's it on that. Now, what things can you not do on the Sabbath, right? Give me Nehemiah 10 to 31. Give me Exodus 35. Keep that number. He got Exodus 35. Give me Nehemiah. All right? 10 to 31. Read that. Get Exodus 35.
This is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 10 and verse 31. If the people of the land bring ware or any victuals on the Sabbath day.
Ware and victuals. You listening, brother? Anybody bring things to sell, right? Whether it's food, whether it's clothes, whatever it is. on the Shabbat. Like right now, it's the Sabbath day, right? Well, it's about to end. The sun is going down, but Publix is open, right? They selling stuff. Go ahead.
On the Sabbath day to sell.
To what?
To sell.
To sell. Read.
That we will not buy it.
We will what?
That we will not buy it.
We not buying. Go ahead.
Of them on the Sabbath.
So no buying and selling on the Sabbath day. Right. So guess what? If I need something out of Publix, I'm going to do it Friday before the sun goes down. You see what I'm saying? I'm not going to go into the store on the Sabbath day and make a purchase. That would be what? Sin. That would be me breaking it. Alright? So the Sabbath day is a day of rest. You have to prepare yourself for the Sabbath day. So Thursday or Friday before the sun goes down, I go get everything I need. If I got a bill to pay, I'm going to pay that bill before the sun goes down. First, you know what I'm saying? Because it's from sundown to sundown, even to even. So Friday night, at even, when the sun goes down, you're in the Sabbath day. It's not midnight, 12 a.m. like the white man say. It's at even until even. Saturday to when the sun is about to go down, the Sabbath is open. Now I can go buy what I got to buy. You see what I'm saying? The righteous and those that love God are going to keep that commandment. You know what I'm saying? You understand? All right, give me Exodus.
This is Exodus chapter 35, verse 2.
Bring it out.
6 days shall thy work be done. What on the 7th day there shall be unto you a holy day, a Sabbath of rest to the Lord. Whosoever doeth work therein shall be put to death.
Shall be what?
Shall be put to death.
That's how serious the Sabbath is. All right, give me number 15. Go ahead.
Ye shall kindle no fire.
You shall what?
Ye shall kindle no fire.
I want to go barbecue some lamb.
Ye shall kindle no fire.
I want to cook on the stove.
Ye shall kindle no fire.
The Lord said you can't kindle a fire.
Right.
All right, so get you some sandwiches, right? Right, get you some cereal, get you some fruits or salad. Just one day. But you don't want to be cooking and starting fire on Sabbath. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Throughout your habitations upon the Sabbath day.
All right, that's it on that. Throughout your dwelling place. All right, brother? So on the Sabbath day, what can't you do on the Sabbath? No working. You work on the Sabbath? You work on the Sabbath? You work on Saturdays? You don't? All right. You got a job? You got a job right now? All right. Why y'all got a job? You trying to get a job?
Nah, they had private, like, songs that I didn't do that.
Okay. I got you. You had a job at the lost. Okay. So next time you do get a job, try to get a job that allows you to be out on the Sabbath. You know what I'm saying? And if they don't, you can get with me, get my information. I can give you a Sabbath day accommodation. You know what I'm saying? If you want me to. You know. And sometimes you may have to, maybe a job, the only job you can take. You may have to work on a Sabbath day. That's when your grace comes in. That's when you can repent because you're not doing it willfully. You got to, the Lord said you got to work. Man got to have a job. That's a commandment too. Right? So you ask the Most High for mercy and grace. You know what I mean? Because we are in captivity. So you keep the commandments to the best of your ability. So you want to try to avoid it, but if it's not possible, right, you want to make sure you repent and pray to the Most High. Show you mercy. You know what I'm saying? All right. All right.
It's the book of Numbers, chapter 15 and verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel.
Speak unto who?
Speak unto the children of Israel.
What's your nationality?
Oh, I mean,
No, man!
my
We gotta
bad.
start over. You gotta start over. You gotta start, drop everything. No, I'm playing. What's your nationality, brother? Yeah, brother.
Yeah, brother.
Man, you talking about Haitian for? But you want to be a Haitian or you want to be a prince of the power? Right. Are you a Haitian? You gotta take that and throw that shit away, man. You should never say that again. But I know, man, slip of the tongue, right? You just learned it, right? All right, we just messing around, all right? But it's important, man. Don't forget that, all right, brother? All right. Bring this out. Double 16.
Verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel.
What's your nationality?
Israelite.
Israelite. Who God talking to? He talking to you? All right, so he talking to you, Rick.
And bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
What are fringes? know what fringes are? God said the Israelites got to make fringes in the borders of their garments. Look around. Look at all the brothers that's out here. Look at their shirts. Turn around. Look at all the brothers out here. Scan all the brothers. What do they got on their shirts? No, look on their shirts.
Look at the bottom of our shirt.
Look at the bottom of everybody's shirt. So you gotta look. You gotta look at everybody's
You
shirt.
ain't looking, dog.
Look at the young man in the green shirt. What's connected to the bottom of his shirt? What are those? Look at his. Look at mine. Look at his. Why do we have these on our shirts? What are they called? You don't know? Read it again.
Speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make them fringes.
They say make what?
Make them fringes
Read.
in the borders of their garments.
In the what?
In the borders of their
That
garments.
they make them what?
Make them fringes.
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 Make them what? What are these on these brothers' shirts? What are they on there? What do we put on our shirts? Make them what? What is on our shirts? Make them what? What is on our shirts? The garment is what you have on. What did we put on our shirts? What did God tell us to make and put on our shirts? Read it again. Sorry, brother. Sorry. Read it again.
Speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make them fringes.
What did we put on our shirts? Fringes. What are these? Fringes. Fringes. Why do we put them on our shirts? Because we're keeping the commandments, bro.
Right. That's right.
Because the Lord told us to put these on our shirts, bro. That's right. You understand? It's a commandment. Do you see everybody with these on? Right. Who do you see with them on? Those that love God and do what? Follow His commandments. That's right. Go ahead.
Of their garments throughout their generation.
For how long?
Throughout their generation.
We're still generating. We're still having babies and populating, right? So should we still be doing this? No? Yeah. He said throughout our generations. That means as long as we're on the earth living, we should be doing this, right?
Right.
So as an Israelite, should you get these on your clothes? All right, go ahead.
And that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
So the Lord told us, not only did He tell us to get fringes and put them on your shirts, but also to put a ribbon of blue at the border of the fringe. That's why every brother, he got white, I got gold. Brothers got different colors. He got rose gold. You know what I'm saying? He got the rose gold on there. I like that gold right there. But though we got different color fringes, we all got a ribbon of blue. No matter what fringe brothers got on, everybody got a ribbon of blue. Why do we do it this way? Because God said. God gave us straight commandments and instructions, and we have learned how to follow commandments through the fear of God. Right. Fearing God's judgment, we make sure to be careful to do things exactly how it is written. Right? Go ahead.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe.
For a what?
For a fringe.
Go ahead.
That ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments.
These fringes are a reminder that we can look at our fringes and remember we the Israelites and we got to keep the commandments.
Right.
So if I'm in the store and I see a sister walk by with her ass and titties all out, I look at my fringes and be like, I can't lust after my sister.
Right.
Right? That's a sin. That's wicked. I look at my fringes and remember who I am. I'm an Israelite. I got to keep God's laws. You see what I'm saying? I don't go after my own lust. You feel me? You understand? You understand why God gave us these fringes? As a reminder to do what? Commandments. Follow them. Right. Go ahead.
And do them.
And what?
And do them.
And what?
And do them.
And do them. Right. And do the commandments. It's very important. It's not enough to know the commandments if you're not going to do it. That's why Christ said, why callest thou me Lord, Lord, and do not the things which I say.
Luke
Right?
6:46.
Go ahead.
And that ye seek not after your own.
Ecclesiastes chapter 4 and verse 9.
Better way.
Two are better than one
The Lord said,
Two are better than one.
go ahead.
because they have a good
The
reward
Lord said two are better than one. Right? Why?
for their labor. For if they fall,
If you fall, go ahead.
the one will lift up his fellow.
If you fall off, you got a brother to have your back.
I wasn't
If you
standing
by
there.
yourself and you fall, man, and you don't got nobody, you just gonna stay on the damn ground, man. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
But woe to him that is alone.
What the Lord say?
But woe to him that is
The
alone.
Lord said, woe to the man that's alone, man. You don't want to be an individual like. You don't want to be an Israelite in this truth by yourself, man. You see what I'm saying? You down watching porn in the middle of the night. Don't nobody know. You still smoking weed.
Right.
Don't nobody know you smoking the weed.
I don't
I'm just saying in general. Yeah, I'm just saying in general. A lot of people, even when you come in the truth, you still, it's not no damn magic. You still have things you struggle with that you have to work toward, and you need a body of brothers to help you with that. Right. That's why we have confession. We confess our faults one to another. And if I know what Brother Dow's going through, I can check on the brother. I can pray and fast with the brother. You see what I'm saying? You can attack those demons, man, and not just be given over to them. You damn dying secret. You understand? Go ahead.
When he falleth, for he have not another to help him up.
Go ahead.
Again, if two lie together, then they have heat. But how can one be warm alone? And if one prevail against him, two shall withstand him. And a third-fold cord is not quickly broken.
Right.
That's it. So you get the point, right? So you got to gather around like, man, if you really want to change, you need to get around your brothers, man, that can teach you. It's more, man.
Right.
You can get built up in this thing, man. You see what I'm saying? All right, bring this up.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 12, and verse 2.
Bring it up.
And be not conformed to this world.
What the Lord say?
And be not conformed to this world.
Don't be conformed to this world. Those are worldly things, right? The Bible separates you from the world. That's what the word holy means. Holy means to be separate. The Lord sanctified you and set you apart from other people. You see what I'm saying? So you can't be like the world. You got to be separate. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
And your thought process got to be aligned with the scriptures. You see what I'm saying? Somebody can tell you, they say homosexuality is okay. They got everybody just accepting it.
Right.
We're not accepting it.
Right. No.
You see what I'm saying? And if a homosexual walk up here right now, I'm going to let him know what time it is.
Right.
I'm going to say, hey, brother, you got to repent. You got to change, brother.
Right.
He didn't do what he want to do after I tell him. You see what I'm saying? So let's get some more commandments, all right? We're going to get another commandment. Give me Leviticus 19:17. Right? One of the most important commandments that we don't keep. Right? This is the hardest commandment for us to keep. Right? It's harder than not getting tattoos. It's harder than stop eating pork. It's harder than keeping the Sabbath day. You know what I'm saying? Read that.
Leviticus 19 and verse 17.
Bring it out!
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart.
What the Lord say?
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart.
And the Lord say you can't hate your brother.
Right.
Right? You can't hate your own people.
Right.
And sometimes we piss each other off.
Right.
Somebody give me Sirach 28:1. All right? Hey, we good at that, man. Jake make you mad as hell, but you want to put hands on him, man. Right? Sometimes you got to be able to put hands on your brother and still love him.
Right.
Hey, Nehemiah put hands on his people.
Right.
But it was out of love.
Right.
It wasn't out of hate. He didn't want to kill him. Right? Read.
Thou shalt anywise rebuke thy neighbor.
And you got to rebuke. Rebuke means to correct. Like we've been correcting you. A lot of things you didn't know, and we corrected you on it. That's what really love is. Love is not a hug and a kiss.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Love is not a dap. A nigga can dap you up and stab you in the back.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? A nigga can hug you and kiss you, nigga, and damn sleep with your wife.
Right.
That's not love, right? Love is rebuke. Hey, the Lord said open rebuke is better than secret love.
God.
All right? Go ahead.
And not suffer sin upon him.
And because if I don't correct you, that means I'm suffering sin. I'm allowing you to be in sin, right? I'm seeing you in sin and I'm not doing or saying anything about it. I'm not rebuking you. That's hate, according to God. Hey, in this world, they say, hey man, he doing him. Let him do him. That ain't none of my business. And my people is my business.
Right.
Come out here, man. Because we all went into slavery together.
Right.
We all get shot down by the police.
Right.
If one of my brothers die, that affects me, man.
Right.
Because I'm not selfish, man. You see what I'm saying? I love my nation.
Right.
You gotta love your people.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? If you love your people, you'll show them the right way. But first, you gotta get the beam out of your own eye. You gotta get corrected first.
Right.
You gotta learn how to love your brother. You got any brothers you got problems with? Any people you holding grudges against? Did you really do it? Because sometimes we say, man, you know what I'm saying? But we still, hate can lie dormant. Just because you don't talk to a brother no more, you don't got to see him no more. Right? If I got a problem with this brother, right, we might be cool now, but it's not really, it's still there because I don't look at him the same.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? No, you got to go to that brother and you got to be able to have the same relationship that you once had before. Everything got to go back to normal.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? On your part. Now, you can't control another brother, man. He might not be with it. You see what I'm saying? But what I'm explaining to you is you got to make sure you got that hate out of you. Because a lot of times we squash things, but not really. We still have thoughts and personal feelings about the situation. Right. It may be necessary sometimes just to squash the beef, but the hate is still there. You see what I'm saying? The discord is still there, right? So you got to be careful with that. You know what I'm saying? And that comes with fasting and prayer. Right. Sometimes you don't even know it be there. You got to examine yourself. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Verse 18, thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
Against what?
Against the children of thy people.
Against who?
Against the children of thy people.
So you can't hold a grudge against your own people. Right? Y'all all right over there? That's him right there. Hey, man.
Hey, go.
No.
Hey, get him. Yeah. Hey, man. Hey, why you still rolling up over here? Why you still coming over here? Didn't you get cut up enough? You still alive? Go ahead, read that.
But thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Stay focused. We know that, man. We done destroyed his doctrine. All right, so but you're supposed to love your neighbor as you love yourself. You understand, brother? Give me the book of Sirach 28:1.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 28 and verse 1.
And these commandments is what's going to get a lot of us killed. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us are going to die and not get the kingdom of heaven because we can't forgive each other. Right? Read that.
He that revengeth shall find vengeance from the Lord. And he will surely keep his sins in remembrance.
And he will what?
And he will surely keep his sins in remembrance.
So God is saying, look, nigga, if you can't forgive your brother, don't come. How you gonna repent to me? Why would I forgive you for what you did and you still holding a grudge against a nigga from 10 years ago? That's right. You a hypocrite. Both of you niggas gonna die. You understand? That's what the Lord is saying. Read.
And forgive thy neighbor the hurt.
The what?
The hurt.
Sometimes we hurt each other, man. We do some messed up stuff to each other sometimes. Right? Go ahead.
That he have done unto thee.
Read.
So shall thy sins also be forgiven.
No, because he's righteous.
Shall thy sins also be forgiven.
No, because he deserved for me to forgive him.
Thy sins also shall be forgiven.
You're doing it for you. Because we done messed up. We done did some things against God.
Right.
Right, so I got to forgive this man because I want God to forgive me for my sin. Right? And ultimately, I want our whole nation to be saved.
Right.
Because we showed you earlier why we the way we are. Because of the curses that God put on us. So it ain't the nigga. It's the spirit. Our people got spirits on them. Right. You understand? So when you know better, right, you got to do better.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? A lot of our people don't know what you learned today.
Nope.
You see what I'm saying? You got to move in a different way now. You got to have understanding. You got to have compassion upon your brother. Hey, some brothers you kind of got to stay away from.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
When thou prayest, one man beareth hatred against another.
One man bear hatred against another, brother. Go ahead.
And doth he seek pardon from the Lord.
He gonna seek pardon from the Most High God. Go ahead.
He showeth no mercy to a man which is like himself.
You show no mercy to a man that's a sinner just like you. Go ahead.
And doth he ask forgiveness.
Then you gonna ask forgiveness from God? Go ahead.
Of his own sins.
Read.
If he that is but flesh nourish hatred, who will entreat for pardon of his sins?
Who the hell gonna hear you when you call for help? When you showed your brother no mercy, right? And a lot of times, hey, Jake stepped on a nigga's shoes in the club and Jake put a bullet right in him.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And that man is done, man. Right? That brother ain't have a chance to damn say he's sorry. Right? Go ahead.
Remember thy end and let enmity cease.
Remember your end and let enmity cease, man. Right? Remember, what's the end goal? Huh? No, what's the end goal? What's the reward? Inheriting the kingdom of God. Right? Rulership. All right? Go ahead.
Remember corruption and death.
Remember what?
Remember corruption and death.
And also remember, if you don't do these things, you're headed for corruption and death. But the Lord wants to give you life. So choose life, not death. All right? So we got to learn how to love and forgive one another. You know what I'm saying? We got to learn how to keep the commandments. You feel me? It's a lot more to learn. You got any questions, bro? Any questions you can think of? You might have? What? This is just a sign just to show our people that they call themselves white, but they're not white. These are just colors. That's not who you are. Alright? It's like this is the color black right here. Somebody like this in this society would be called black, and nobody's that color. You know what I'm saying? So we just got a visual up here for that. You know what I'm saying? And then we got the definition of the word.
I've been watching like this dude, and he been like talking about it.
Right. Yeah, man. So, you know what I'm saying? You gotta think about these things, right? So it makes sense? All right, brother. What's your here? What's your nationality? Right. What's our purpose? What's our purpose? Why did the Lord create man on earth? He created us on earth to be rappers, to be gangsters, thugs, NBA basketball players, football team. Did the Lord create us to entertain white people? Why did the Lord make us to do what? To do what?
Oh, follow me. Commandments.
There you go. That's right.
What's the truth? There you go. Right. John 8:32. Give me the book of Hosea 1 and 10. We're going to close it out. John 8:32. Give me Hosea 1 and 10.
It's the book of John. Chapter 8, verse 32. Read out! And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
What's the Lord say?
Ye shall know the truth,
and the truth shall make you free.
You shall know the truth, and the truth gonna make you free.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Right.
Give me Hosea 1 and 10.
This is the book of Hosea, chapter 1 and verse 10.
Read out!
Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. Right. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living God.
So this is Bible prophecy. Right. God said in the same place where you was told you was a Haitian, the Lord said in the same place you're going to be told by the servants and the prophets of God that you the sons of the living God. And you learned that today. You believe it, brother? All right.
This is Isaiah chapter 35 and verse 4. Read out! Say to them that are of a fearful heart, be strong.
What the Lord say?
Be strong.
Be weak.
Be strong.
Be effeminate.
Be strong.
Be soft.
Be strong.
Be scary.
Be strong.
The Lord say you gotta be strong. Right? You can't be weak in this thing. All right? And the Lord say you're a prince of the power. Right?
Right.
You gotta be strong, brother. All right? You gotta be strong in many areas. Right? You gotta be strong enough to damn not commit sin.
Right. That's right.
You gotta be tempted by Satan and lose every damn battle. Right? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Go ahead.
Fear not. Behold, your God will come with vengeance.
What the Lord say?
Your God will come with vengeance.
No, he coming with hugs and kisses.
Your God will come with vengeance.
He come to play tic-tac-toe.
Your God will come with vengeance.
The Lord is coming back for us, brother. And he's coming with vengeance. Right? Go ahead.
Even God with a recompense. He will come and save.
What the Lord say?
He will come and save.
Ain't gonna leave us in the mountain.
He will come and save.
The Lord gonna come save us. Didn't we show you he did that before already? Then the Lord said if we break the commandments, all this is gonna happen to us. Didn't it happen to us? So if God say he gonna save you, he gonna do it. Right, brother. You know, and what he gotta do to get saved?
follow your commandments.
All right. You still gonna get that tattoo or no? You ain't gonna get it? All right, that's it. All praise to the Most High.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30, and verse 7.
Bring it out.
And the Lord thy God will put all these curses upon thy enemies.
Upon who?
Upon thy enemies.
Check it out, brother. The Lord said all the curses that we read to you in Deuteronomy 28, He's going to take those things that happen to us and put them on our enemies. Who's our enemy? There you go. He's going to go through the curse. You're going to be saved, and he's going to be under the curse. You understand? So in the kingdom of heaven, the football white man going to be in the ghetto. Right? All right, you're going to have to serve the Israelites in one of all things. And hunger, and in thirst, and in naked. And he shall have a yoke of iron upon his neck. Right. All right, bring it out.
This is the book of Revelation, loud and proud. Chapter 18 and verse 21.
Bring it out.
And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, "Thus with violence,
That's with hugs.
That's with violence.
That's with kisses.
That's with violence.
Hot cake.
That's with violence.
That's with violence, brother. Did you know the Lord is coming with violence?
God."
You didn't know that. You thought he was coming to play. That's why you was going to get that tattoo. No, the Lord is coming with violence. The Lord is coming to make war on the earth, man.
That's right.
Right? For you, brother.
Right.
Read.
Shall that great city Babylon
Babylon, that great city is America. Read.
be thrown down?
Be what?
Be thrown down.
America's going to be thrown down, man. Right? You want to separate yourself from this place. America's a burning house, man.
That's right.
She's on her way out, man.
Right.
Fire reserved for America, man. If you lived in a house that was on fire, would you stay in there? What would you do, brother? What? Yeah, you're not going in there. It's on fire. Would you try to go in there and get the TV? You gonna go try to get your laptop? What about your cell phone? No, brother. You gonna get the hell out. Man. All right. So we got to come out of America, not physically, but spiritually and mentally. Get our minds out of this place, right? You understand, brother? Why? Because we know some things. The Lord has revealed secrets and mysteries. We have an advantage, right? Over the people, man. They know what's going on.
God.
So take heed, brother. All right? All right, go ahead.
It shall be found no more at all.
The Lord say,
It shall be found no more at all.
What's going to happen to America?
It shall be found no more at all.
What's going to happen to the white man king?
It shall be found no more at all.
America's never going to be found again.
Right.
It's over, brother. You understand? Give me 2 Ezra 6 and 9. So if this kingdom is going to be destroyed, what's going to happen next? Give me Daniel 7 and 18. You give me Daniel. Oh, you give me Daniel. You read that.
This is the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 9.
Right.
For Esau is the end of the world.
So-called white man is the end of the world. Meaning this is his kingdom. He's in rulership right now. The so-called white man kingdom is coming to an end. Esau is the end of the world, read.
And Jacob,
You, the Israelite, Jacob, read.
is the beginning of it that follows.
And Jacob got next. We're going to rule next. All right? How long are we going to rule? Are we going to rule for a little bit, and then the white man going to come back and fight again, and then he's going to come back into power, and then we're going to take him down, and then he's going to take us back into power? Is that what's going to happen? Are we finna play? How long we going to rule, bro?
That's right.
This is Daniel chapter 7 verse 18.
Bring it up.
But the saints of the Most High shall take the king.
What the Lord say?
Shall take the king.
And we're going to ask for it.
Shall take the king.
We're going to beg for it.
Shall take the king.
Hey, brother, we're going to take back what was taken from us.
Right.
Right? And if you don't want to see that day, brother, you got to keep the commandments.
Right.
You understand? This is important. Read.
And possess the kingdom forever.
How long?
Forever.
How long?
Forever.
And how long?
Even forever and ever.
And what the Lord say?
Even forever and ever.
Read.
Then I will.
That's it. So you was right, brother. We're going to rule forever. And if you want to rule forever, man, take heed to what you learned today. Keep the commandments.
Right.
You understand? I love you, brother, man. Glad you came today, man. All right? All right. So with that, we give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Hashem, Yahweh Shah. Kwame Yasharallah.